And welcome back, everybody, to another Tuesday night. I am so glad you guys are with me tonight. Tonight, I have kind of a message. Instead of showing you new gear, which you guys know that I have a major case of gas, which is gear acquisition syndrome, and I love getting new stuff. I was watching a video by a guy, and it really made me think of Mr. Camera Junkie, right? Because the guy was all about upgrading your skills. Well, and what I want to talk to you tonight about is, instead of buying that new bag, or because everybody has a backpack, but everybody is looking for the perfect backpack. And after having tested a whole lot of them, I can tell you I really don't think the perfect bag exists. But you can take the bag that you already have and kind of tweak it to your needs. Okay, so that was kind of what I want my message to be tonight, is that you probably already have a really good bag, whether it be a camera bag or a backpack or a sling bag or whatever, but it may not have quite the organization you need, or just something that you need to tweak, right? So last week I showed you a bunch of pouches that really help with organization, and tonight I want to show you a couple of bags. And I bought these pouches, and any bag with Velcro, they'll go in any bag, right? And it just gives you organization. So for example, this is a Vertex bag. This is actually one of my very favorite bags that I have, but it lacks the organization that I want. Okay, so I love the feel of it, the way the material sits and stuff. This is my park bag. So when I take little man to the park, this is the one I always grab, because it does have the 2 water bottle pockets. It checks off a lot of the boxes, but it just didn't have enough organization. So this is what I did. And yes, I have bought a plethora of bags trying to find that perfect bag. But this bag actually has, number one, it's got a ton of room, which women like a ton of room. But it has a Velcro patch right here. And I've got this one kind of put in pretty attached, right? But this there's a panel right here that's Velcro. And on almost every bag I have, there's Velcro somewhere that you can attach a pouch to. And now I have organization. This actually zips up. It's really easy when you have both hands to work on it. And it really does work pretty easy. But this thing zips up to where you can just have access to the top, and so you have access to that pouch. Now, in looking at pouches, this was another one of my gripes. This one's heavy. This is the bag I keep in my truck. And I love this bag to pieces. To look at it, you would not think it has been around the world and back, riding in my truck for, it's probably been close to a year or more. And the material, this thing wears like iron. It's going to be around long after I'm gone. But the pouches that come with it open on the, you can't even see that. They open on the top instead of in the front. So, but there again, this is a plate that you can order separate, and it's all Velcro. So the whole thing is Velcro. But the pouches that came with it, when you stack something on top of it, you can't get to it, right? So kind of bear that in mind when if you're ordering pouches. You really kind of have to make sure that, do you want a top opening or do you want a front opening? Because it really does make a difference. But right now I've got this little organizer thing in here. This is going to be loud. I'm sorry. Hold your ears. But this thing will just pop right in here. And now you've got not only the big pouch, but the little pouch. And I just moved my mouse. Sorry about that. Every time I move my mouse, the thing goes off. So you've got the big pouch, the little pouch, and then you also have zippered pouches on the front. So now this backpack is very useful because it has a lot of organization instead of just one big cavernous space. It now has a lot of organization. Now, normally I carry tools and stuff like that in here, but right now I've got my camera and a first aid kit. So, which, you know, everybody kind of scoffs at me carrying a first aid kit, but a buddy of mine cut himself trying to cut off a zip tie, and he's on blood thinners. And so, lo and behold, he needed a Band-Aid. Oh, guess what? Sly has a Band-Aid. Yeah, of course I do. So, that was kind of everybody had a laugh out of that because I'm like a little Girl Scout. I'm always prepared. So, let's see who's jumped in here with us. Oh, Mr. Peter Gregg, first in line. Yes. I don't know if Scott's going to be here tonight. He may be playing some music, I think. I'm not 100% sure. So, if he shows up, he may bring food. But you all, yeah. And Carlos came in second. Peter just beat him by a hair. We'll call it almost a tie. Peter says, yes, upgrade your skills. I need to do the same. We all do. This is something that it is so much easier to just, for me anyway, to just see something new and shiny and go, ooh, I need that. I don't. The backpacks on the wall is just a fraction of what I have, okay? I have them stacked up like you wouldn't believe. I don't need, and they're all different, but none of them are perfect. And so by adding pouches, they're getting closer to perfect. And Randy says hello. Hello, Randy. I have loved your videos. I'm not sure why you went down the road of getting a $99 camera, but it's been fascinating. It's been really fun. Carlos says, Peter, I hope you had a great Easter. I hope you all had a great Easter. We are celebrating ours tomorrow because of everybody's schedule and everybody has a life and trying to get all these people together at the same time. We're going to have our family Easter dinner tomorrow. So it's just what worked. But this week and next week are going to be very, very hectic. And then I'm supposed to go to Las Vegas. So we'll see how that works. Not sure yet if, like I said, when you get 4, 5, 6 people that all have lives and are all going different directions, yeah, you can upset the apple cart real easy. So I'm not sure if I'm going to Las Vegas yet at the beginning of the month or later towards the end of the month. But we have Mother's Day coming up, which also happens to be this girl's birthday. Every 4 or 5 years I get gypped and I only get one holiday, and this year is it. So it's kind of like having a birthday near Christmas. You kind of get, you slighted on how many presents you get. So if they're separated, then each child is expected to get a birthday gift and a Mother's Day gift. And this year I think they're combining them. So, but that's okay. That's okay. A lot of people my age quit celebrating birthdays, but not me. I've earned every one of them. So, did I? Okay, I did not. So I did put the link down below if anybody wants to jump on and join me. You're more than welcome. It kind of makes it for a fun evening when we get to like actually talk to each other and see what's going on and everything. I'm not set up with headphones. That would be a really useful thing to do. And I don't know if it comes on automatically. Does it come on automatically? Let me see. There it is. Okay. So no, it does not come on automatically, but it is there. So I think, I think if somebody comes in, I'll see them. Maybe. We'll see. And I think it's the right link. So we'll see about that too. But yeah, so I watch a lot of YouTube on bags and gear and what have you. And so I showed y'all a bunch of pouches last week. Well, there's another type of pouch that people seem to like, called a pocket pouch. Now, if you have pockets this big, I do not. Even if I put it in my back pocket, it would like be really bulky when it's all packed out. And so I do carry one of these in my sling bag, right? They're almost too small in a backpack because they kind of get lost. But in my sling bag, it works perfect. And I actually carry this one. I love the name of this company. Now, as most of you know, I don't drink, not because I'm opposed to alcohol. I just don't like the taste of it. And so I just don't drink, right? Because I'm kind of picky about, I'm a picky eater and a picky drinker. And if I don't like the taste of something, I'm probably not going to eat or drink it. But this is by a company called, let me move the zipper thing, Hide and Drink. Is that not just, I think that's a fantastic name for a company. I don't know why, but their like emblem or whatever, if it'll zoom in on that, is a little owl. Isn't that cute? Anyway, Hide and Drink. But it's a waxed canvas. It's very well made. It's made in, I want to say, Guatemala. They send a card with each item, and it's signed by the person that made it. And I just think that's super cool too. So I'm trying to get you guys to upgrade what you have and not buy new stuff. And then here I am telling you about something new. But this goes in my pouch everywhere. I've got a little pen, I've got some hand lotion, I've got some little chapstick, and then in the back, wherever you go, I'm a cash carrier, right? Yeah, I have cards, but usually, like if I'm just running to the local convenience store, I'll just pay them cash for a soda or whatever. And inevitably, by the end of the day, I have a handful of change, which I don't like to carry in my pocket. And that may be kind of strange, but and so it's got a little zipper part on the back for change. And at the end of the day, I take the quarters out for me, and I keep all the rest of the change for my grandson. And when his bank gets full, we go down to the bank and he gets to buy a toy. So that's his little savings account. But so far he hasn't really saved anything. He just, the bigger toy he wants, he has to go and pick something out, and then he has to save for that. So our latest one was a King Kong. Yeah, so I have King Kong on my nightstand right now. Thank you. Yes, I sleep with King Kong. And all the jokes that ensue about that. So, but yeah, these little pouches are fantastic, but they're not, yeah, they're called pocket pouches, but if you guys have pockets this big, kudos to you, because my pockets are not this big, and those would never fit. So, but I'm all about, I like having organization. I like knowing that if I pull this out and my lips are feeling dry and chapped, I know exactly where to go. I know exactly where it is. I've got one of these cute little pens. So, because I'm always, when I go to the bank, I always need a pen. I know they have them there. But if I use their pen, I usually come home with it. And then I feel bad about that. So, I just have this cute little pen. Okay, hang on, Peter. Let me get my little ear things in. You would think I would have this all ready to go. But, you know, you guys know how I roll. I'm not that organized, so now this may sound, you may hear this, I don't know. I've never done this on the air before. Actually, is that still, no, it's not hooked up, okay. Alright, so we're going to hook that up. And really hope that did not burst your eardrums there. All right, hang on. Now, you know I'm not going to be able to read which is right and which is left. And I always get them backwards. If you guys have these headphones, is it this way? No, let's be this way. I always get these backwards. I'm really bad at this. But that's okay. We just keep plugging along, don't we? Alright, this is supposed to go behind your back. And it's supposed to be, you know, all sneaky and everything. Alright, hang on. Oh, I got two of them. Alright, let's see how this goes. Let's go here. And then we'll have Peter join us. And we'll put him... How about putting him here? Hello?
Oh.
Let me turn this down.
Me
Okay.
entertain.
And then we'll
Let
put him...
me show you how.
How's that? Let's see if I can get back in the center. And I can actually hear you.
Oh, you can hear me, then I better be quiet.
I can hear you. I have my earphones in and everything. Okay.
Wow.
Hi, Randy.
I could see Randy.
Hi. Yeah. I look a little kind of thin, you know, like, what happened? So.
Yeah, you're anamorphicing yourself.
I know. Let me try to fix that. Gee. There. That might be a little bit better.
You're still thinner than me or Peter.
Yeah.
But I think that's just you. Okay. Peter.
If we don't tell anybody, nobody will realize it.
Peter and I like the trough.
I don't know what that means, but if there's ice cream in it, I'm there.
See what I'm saying? Yep. And I like you guys being on that side of me because then when I look at you, it looks like I'm looking at you.
Yes.
Yeah.
I have to look. Oh, I have to look that way.
There you go.
I was wondering where you went.
Yeah. So, how was your all's Easter?
Excellent.
Oh, happy Easter. I forgot about that part.
Yeah, just a couple days ago. You had lamb.
I did. How did you? Your mind reading. Stay out of my mind.
Yeah. So, Randy, what took you down the road of getting a $100 camera?
Okay, remember we were talking about the OBS bot?
Yes.
And I said it's a glorified webcam, right?
It is a webcam, yes.
Right. So, and it just has a gimbal to it. So you hook it up with USB-C, cable, and you don't need the Elgato Camlink device.
Right.
So the picture quality may be lower, but it still does 4K, which most webcams can't do.
Right.
But anyway, we were talking about the point and shoots on the subject a couple of weeks ago, and it came up to be, well, let's try a cheaper point and shoot that's supposed to do 4K 30 and see what happens. So I ended up with a Minolta, and they're back in business. I thought they were bought out by Sony, but I guess they're back making cameras. I don't know if it's a Chinese group that took over the name or whatever, but this little bitty camera can do everything. It takes great pictures. It cannot autofocus. It's only and it's not really manual focus. You just have to bring the camera to a certain distance where, like an F8, everything's in focus.
Right.
And then on, on macro, which you can do 6 inches or closer. So it can do macro. And then I was shocked it could do 4K 60, but there's no IBIS built into it. No digital stabilization either. So, you know me, I did the ringers. I walked around with it. I set it on the table. That's the best. And then I went car vlogging, daytime and nighttime.
Yes.
And the last video, which I did because you asked for it, the webcam,
Yes.
it worked. I had some trouble because all of a sudden I started getting a download from Apple, messing up. And then when you have too many devices plugged into your computer,
Yes.
USB, it doesn't like it. So taking some devices off, rebooting the computer, you plug in the camera, and you got everything going, and then you go into Ecamm, and it worked like a charm. The caveat to all this is I used to have the iPhone hooked up with a cable to the computer, and it
Right.
worked great with Ecamm. So I forgot I had the Wi-Fi and the Bluetooth on, and it recognized the camera automatically, the iPhone.
Right. Right.
So, and I walked around with it until I reached to the far end of the house, and then I lost connection. But I did 3 parts, and then I did another video afterward where I just show the highlights, what you have to do. But yeah, I did that, and then I started playing with the Canon today. They have a secret sauce. You're gonna have to watch the video. But
Which
I was
Canon?
amazed. I'm talking about the Canon R5 II,
Oh, okay.
the R6 II, and the R8.
Okay.
And
Okay.
so the R6 II and the R8 have a secret sauce, and Peter has the R6 II.
Yes.
So
So what camera do you think this one is?
okay, I think it's the OBS spot.
Yes, it is.
I think it's the M 6 Mark II.
No, it's the OBS bot. But I hooked up the big camera
You
because
mean
I was
Randy
gonna.
was right
Yes,
and
he
I
was
was
right.
wrong?
He was right.
I
So
better upgrade my skills.
I hooked up the big camera because I kind of wanted to see the difference between a full-fledged camera and a webcam. Okay. The main difference is the background.
Hmm.
The big
Depth of
camera,
field. Depth of
yes,
field.
it completely blurs out everything behind me, and which I know I ran that way for a long time, but now I don't like it. So,
Uh-oh.
oh, we have another one. Let's see where am I going to put him?
Oh, let's do a roll of the dice. My guess is it's Carlos. Ah! I won the lotto tonight. $300 million. Send the
There
check
you
to
go.
PETER.
Yeah, just it's in the mail, Peter.
I knew Carlos wanted to shoot me, and he just couldn't find me, and I was hiding.
I know. I know.
How you doing, Carlos?
Good enough.
Good enough. That's right.
Wait a minute. What? Good enough? I'm going to have to remember that one. How you doing, Peter? Good enough.
Good enough.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it, man. That's the honest answer. That's what I use because I don't feel guilty that I'm saying great when I'm actually not doing great.
But you're
Ah.
doing better. You know how I know you're doing better?
Oh, why?
How do you think I know? I could tell that you're doing better.
I don't know. You got to tell
There's
me.
a
What?
big B on your hat, and
Oh.
it means you're doing better.
I should have known.
I started
I
saying
think I better be quiet. I think I
Better
better be quiet. It's going to be one of those nights.
better than what?
Better than great.
Oh,
Better than
okay.
Better than great.
Okay.
But I had to even this out. We had to have 4 up here. That's why I wanted to come because this looks great. This
Yeah, it is.
No,
It does.
No,
You're
no.
doing a
Wait,
great
wait,
job
wait.
here.
It was even before you got here. There was one on my left and there was one on my right,
Oh, okay,
and it
you're
was
right.
perfectly even.
Okay, now wait a minute.
Now,
Now wait a minute. If there's one on your left and one on your right, that makes it odd.
I'm not odd. You calling me odd?
So now that we have 4, that's even.
Oh, now we're even.
Now
Okay.
we're even. Yeah. So
Randy, you could smile. I'm joking all night tonight. I'm joking.
I know.
Don't take anything seriously. I'm in one of those moods.
Before when I got in here, I was listening to Randy. What were you saying there about this new? I think this new camera. Are you talking about this new camera?
Yes, the Minolta MND50. It's
Okay.
so I went to Best Buy. They were
Randy.
saying 4K video, and it was actually 2.7K. All right, so it was a little false advertising,
Yep.
but they
Mm.
do sell a Minolta that is 4K. So they shipped it to me. I got it 2 days later, and plastic. I showed the things that were good with it, things were bad, but you know me, you make things work. And they say that, oh, it's a 48 megapixel camera. No, the resolution, 6,000 by 8,000 is 48. But, on the megapixels, it's like what? Maybe a 16, 18 megapixel. You would take a Z8 or the R5 II or even the Sony, with the A7R5 or the A7CR. They got a lot of megapixels. Okay, so you can tell the difference.
Mm.
Uh, a whatever. But long story short, the camera surprised me. It did overheat. Well, it didn't overheat. It gave me a warning,
Okay.
and I turned it off. But this was like in the middle of the day where the sun is beating down. But
Mm.
found out that you can hook it up with USB-C cable or the cable that came with it. You have to use the cable that came with it. So it's like a USB-A to a USB-C, and you can run it as a webcam, and the camera stays charged. Uh, I was shocked. I
Huh.
thought some cameras nowadays it won't operate unless or it won't charge while it's on,
Mm-hmm.
and this one
Mhm.
did.
Right,
And
right.
the other thing was it's a small battery, but I got some pretty good time with it. And
Mm.
the only bad thing when you're recording in 4K, it's 9 minutes and 51 seconds. Then it closes the file and starts a new one.
Oh,
But
okay.
I used a UHS-2 B90 card, and it was fast. So
Mm.
I got the 32 megabyte or 32 gigabyte card that came with it. I put
Mhm.
128 gigabyte. You know me, I do a lot of video, and it's
Yeah, you
excellent.
do.
The king of understatements, yes.
That's right. That's right.
So, but
I,
it's
I'm
not
still
really fair to compare that Minolta to one of your other cameras because I mean the price difference is
Yeah, how
huge.
much was it, Randy? How much was it?
it was $108.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
let me get it
Where'd
real
he go?
quick.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Well, Jeff
What
was
are you
trying to
looking for?
join us. Jeff was trying to join
Peter,
us,
what were
but
you gonna say?
he went away.
While Randy was talking,
Yeah.
I had a thought.
Yes.
But
Oh, nice.
Randy, and I said that that's the open door for you, Carlos. But that's Randy is back.
Don't worry.
We got to give
What
him
were you gonna say? What were you gonna say,
show
Peter?
off his camera.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, so this is the USB A to USB C. You got to use this
Right.
cable only. And then it came with
Mm.
just regular, kind of like a cell phone, but it's
Mhm.
Yeah.
5 volt, 1.7 amp. That's very important. I tried using the Apple Power Bricks and stuff, and the camera won't accept it. You got to use this
Mm.
combination, this type of adapter, in order to
Mm.
charge the camera. So I plugged it into a power adapter, which I have a 1.7, and this plug that I have in my car. Never have to worry about the battery going dead. And the only thing was the 9 minute, 51 second record limit. But the thing is, it didn't shut off, it kept going. So
Oh.
the thing is, I can run this all night until the storage runs out. There
Mhm.
is a 128 gigabyte max, but still, it's a great camera. So I just turn it on. And there's the only other problem with this, and I'm going to show you the Minolta.
Ah.
Okay.
Mhm.
So the only problem with this is um, when you remove the files, it starts back at number 1. If you take them off
Oh,
the SD,
Mm,
all right,
I've had
Right.
those.
and
Those suck.
okay.
and
Yeah.
and in order to turn it to video, you got to hit the record button once.
Mm.
All right, it'll change, and then when you know it's recording, and this is what I forgot to do, you hit it until you see the blue light come on, and now it's recording 4K 30, just like that.
Which is not bad for, basically $100 camera. I mean,
Yeah,
you could take that. It's small enough. You could take it on vacation, and you really wouldn't be terribly upset if something happened to
Mhm.
it, as opposed to your $2,000 or $3,000 camera.
Well,
How
exactly.
and the thing
old
is,
would you say that
the
camera
thing
is,
is,
Randy?
Huh?
How
What?
old
I
would you
didn't hear
say
you.
that camera is?
Well, it's brand new. So Minolta um, started doing it, but I thought it was a Chinese brand knockoff
Right.
at
Hmm.
first. And then I went on the Minolta website and they have all of these point and shoots. So they're back in business. It's no interchangeable lenses, it's just all point and shoots. So they got some for water. They got two
Hmm.
and 0.7K. Also on this camera, this is smaller than an inch sensor.
Right.
It's like a
mm,
pinhole. So yes, you saw a lot of noise, while I was driving,
Can you
but
change lenses?
No.
no, no, it's
No.
No,
fixed.
that's just point and shoot. Yeah.
But
So,
the
Sony needed to slingshot themselves into digital on a fast track. And the way they did it was to buy Minolta because Minolta already was rolling with cameras. I actually might even still have one in here somewhere.
mm,
You'll have to come here and find it, Randy. But
yeah,
what you're telling me is they're reviving because they still own it. They're
yeah,
reviving the Minolta name, and it might be a low priced camera, or who knows what they're going to develop out of that because Minolta is a big, big, big name. It carries a lot of weight,
Well, didn't
you
they
know.
mm.
change the M on this new camera compared to the old Minolta branding?
I haven't seen it. He's going to have to. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
It looked different. The M looked different, but I could be wrong. It's happened
okay.
before.
So this is at 18
No.
millimeters.
Only on Tuesday.
All right, that's 18 millimeters. And then I'm going to go to the next one. And that's about 24. Well, no, that's about 30 millimeter. All right. So as you come in
Is,
with the digital zoom, it gets
is that with a
worse.
switch? Is that with a switch?
Yeah. Yeah. It has a
Ah,
switch up there that can do digital zoom. And I can do a digital zoom on the photograph too. Make it larger,
cool. Well,
make it smaller.
you cannot have one single solitary complaint for a camera that's digital for $100 measly.
I
Right.
was going to
I mean,
say that
if
came.
I was going to say,
Yeah,
oh, it does this or it doesn't do that,
yeah, yeah.
take it or leave it, buddy. Drop your hundred
Yeah.
dollars on the counter and
Right.
go out the door, or just shut the mouth. That's the word I
That's
was looking
right.
for.
So what I said was I gave a favorable rating. I did wrote you a little thing how I rated this, like a 58%.
Hmm.
But the thing was, you can give this to a kid to get them started taking pictures,
That's
and they would
right.
Right.
love it.
Yeah.
Right.
Hmm.
And
That'd be
you're not
great because even if they drop it, hello,
right.
you
That's
know,
right.
that's a
Nobody.
Randy,
good find. That's a
did you
good
say you
find,
could use
Randy.
that as a webcam, Randy? Did you say you can use it as a
Yeah,
webcam?
yeah.
Yes.
I did a video of it today
You did.
as a web.
So,
Yeah,
did you use that? Did you use that through what? Did you use it through
Ecamm Live.
Ecamm? Okay. Did you go through? I'm going to watch your video. Did you use CamLink, or did you need to, or what?
No,
You
it was
didn't.
just a USB-C connection.
Okay. And
Yeah.
can you go through Ecamm at 4K, or are you only 1080?
4K 30.
Wow. Really?
This camera can do 4K 60.
So that's
Oh,
another huge part of a $100 camera that you can stream
Yeah,
4K
I'm gonna
in.
have to
Right.
get me one. Oh my God.
yeah.
Randy's
That,
gonna make
Wow.
us all the
it's like a webcam
Yeah, but you
though.
know what? I could
Yeah.
see Haas playing with that
Yeah,
camera,
yeah,
and Sly
yeah,
wouldn't get upset at all. You know.
well,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
for a 5-year-old, I put my Osmo Actions in his hands because if he drops them or gets them wet or we fish a lot, and if he drops it in the pond,
Oh,
it's not a bit. It's fine because they're waterproof.
I'm gonna get
So
my wife that
okay.
camera. That's what I'm gonna do.
So yeah, they're a little bit more expensive, but I'm afraid I know if you drop the Minolta in the water, it's done. But
All right. Now they got waterproof cameras also, but they're only
yes, they
Right.
do.
7K. So
Wow,
I've
that's
ordered a
cool.
filter.
That's
I'm going to
cool.
get that tomorrow. And the thing is, the first thing that's going to fail on this is when you open up the door to get the the SD card and the battery out, you have to hit the switch and then pull on it to swing it open. This switch is going to break first.
Well,
Okay.
you said that in one of your videos,
Yeah.
but these work the same way. Um,
But
hang
is it
on.
all plastic? Or is it
Yeah, it
metal?
is. It's plastic, but and
Okay.
I don't know if it'll show it or not. But you push this little button,
Yeah.
okay, and it's all plastic. The door actually comes off. You can actually remove it, but and then there's your USB slot. So
Yep.
um, I'm trying to think which camera this is. This is it's the Vive, I think. But I was thinking there was a door that came down on one of them. Oh, right here. Where the battery is, another
Uh-huh.
button, another plastic door,
Mhm.
and you have
Uh-huh.
to push the button and raise up and then open the door. So, and it's been like this on every Osmo Action except the first one. I've never had a problem with it. So it may
Yeah.
last longer than you think.
Okay.
Cause
I feel so out of place here. I've got this terrible $2,500 camera.
right?
The door works fantastic. It clicks right in there,
Really?
And
and
it's not in,
yeah,
and
and
the
when I
battery
turn
won't
it
either.
on, look at it just works, and
It just
I
works.
feel like I'm out of the step with you guys. It's terrible.
Incredible. Incredible.
No, we're all dealing with plastic doors and push buttons, you know.
Uh-huh.
No,
So
I'm making fun of
they
you, Sly.
they actually for the Osmo they know that's a problem, and so they actually sell replacement doors on their little parts
Well,
So
list.
does Minolta. So
if
does
they would
Minolta.
sell replacement HDMI plugs, that would be something to talk about, but they don't.
Yeah, no. No.
Now I will say the Osmo Actions do not function well as a webcam. I've tried them,
What's
and
on there, Randy? A USB-C or a HDMI?
Well, yeah, it's a USB-C, but it's a
USB-C.
USB-A or 3 to a USB-C.
oh,
And
okay.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, the Osmo Pocket 3, they don't work good as webcams. I mean, none of them do. As far
no,
as
and
yeah.
Wow,
it's
that's bad
kind of
news.
yeah. Well, I mean that's not its claim to fame. They don't
no, you're right, it's not. But that
they
little Minolta right there is the dealio. I don't know, man. I'm gonna have to
yeah
grab one of those.
for
You
that
know.
kind of
I got it
money,
from Best
yeah.
Buy. I got it from Best Buy, but you have to ask for the 4K camera. They advertised, and it was 2.7K. They got a waterproof one, and then another one that's just 2.7K.
Mm-hmm.
But I asked for the 4K, and the guy was knowledgeable, and he says, "Oh, okay, I know what camera you're talking about. It's the
Mm.
MND 50." And I says, "Yeah, that sounds
Mandy,
about right."
Mandy.
Yeah,
I mean, if
or
you need a
Minolta
way to,
Digital.
no, you need a way to remember it when you go down there. Now, what did he say? It sounds like Mandy. What did you say? MDA or something like that?
No, MND.
MND,
MND.
like mind
Yeah,
without the
Minolta
eye.
Digital.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
Um,
Carlos with an MND at the end of it.
within it.
So
So
you can go to their website, Minolta, and they'll show you all the cameras.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I didn't know they were back in business. I thought they were
Huh.
getting back into like the film, like Kodak is, because they're selling a
Mm.
couple of Minoltas at my camera store, But what they told me was, well, we've never sold these, so we still have them. And
We're going all over the place here. Now, Kodak was
yeah,
actually bought out. They bought out the name, so it's not Kodak that's making those cameras. But
oh no
Sony
kidding.
would be the ones that would be making these cameras, unless I missed the news
Hmm.
and the Minolta name was bought out. But it doesn't sound like it was.
You see, I don't know. So that's what I was wondering was it a Chinese knockoff using Minolta? And like if the M is different and they got that trademark, then
Maybe they bought the name.
yeah.
You know.
Hmm.
Well, you remember with the lawsuit with Apple, right? With the Beatles,
Yes.
they were trying to get the rights to Apple, and
Oh
they
yeah, yeah,
lost.
yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
Okay, same thing with Minolta. So if the
Hmm.
business went to punk, and I mean it's been like what over 20 years
Hmm.
since you never know. But if you go
Where's
to the
Randy? He
website
could
of
look it up.
Minolta,
Oh, there he
Well,
is.
that's what I'm doing. Yeah. Um, yeah. Okay. So the M is different.
yeah,
Wow, that's interesting.
A different M.
but
It is a different
but
M.
is it in China or is it in Japan? Go to where to contact, and you'll never find out.
Hmm.
Look at your box,
Um,
Randy. It might say it
That's
Minolta.
true. That's true.
Is it made in China?
It. Okay. Yeah.
it did
Yeah.
say okay.
Mm.
Um, so I don't know.
It could
But
say
a
under
lot of things.
license or
It's
something
not.
like
It's
that.
not going to show it.
But that Minolta
Yeah,
is the Minolta logo. What I could see of it.
yeah,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay. So see how that M is right there.
yep,
Now
yep.
the M on Randy's is different. Let me get it back to this one. There we go. Get this off there. The M on Randy's, the M part was crossed.
Oh, let's see your
Really?
M, Randy. Let me see your
Huh.
M.
Okay.
Show
So,
him your M.
all right.
Let's all show each other our M's.
That's
Yeah.
No. I didn't say I was going to do that. I just want to see Randy's.
Oh, okay. All right. Discrimination.
All
I
right.
understand.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Here's Minolta, and then a Minolta right here, but it's
Well,
all in capital letters.
but isn't the M crossed
No,
at the
Oh.
not on
bottom?
this one. Nope.
But
Where's
does it have that logo there, that Minolta logo on there somewhere?
yeah, but the
When I turn on the camera, I can get the box real quick.
yeah, if you still
Or
have the
no,
box,
don't go anywhere.
because when
We don't
you
want you to leave.
well when he opened it,
Yeah, it's made in China.
it
So
was
I
a
thought
different
knockoff.
Yeah, but everything's made in China. That doesn't mean anything.
right.
My little
I know.
finger is made in China.
But I mean, for $100, that's not bad. Jeff is actually watching
Is there a
us.
tariff on that little finger, Peter? A little tariff?
A little tariff. Yeah,
Yes,
There-
$125,000.
there will
I
be.
knew it. I
Yes,
just knew it.
it's coming. There will be.
I should get
Ah.
a tariff ring. That's a good. We might be able to start a new business selling tariff rings.
Oh, tariff. I like that.
Uh,
Randy, what's the model again? The Minolta what?
MND 50,
Mandy,
Oh,
MND.
50. Okay, 50. All right, got it.
and you
Yeah.
can get it from
Yeah.
Best Buy
Right.
and it's on sale for $108.
Okay.
They're usually selling for $169.
Okay. Yeah, there's a whole
Oh.
bunch of those, right? The
Yeah,
MND 25, 35, 65, right? All different
Yeah.
kinds. Okay.
and they got the W for the waterproof. But
Oh,
yeah,
I see it.
yeah.
Oh,
In fact, I
somebody
do
just
see it.
sent me a comment asking me, do I know a good waterproof camera? And the
There you
last
Yeah,
one I
TP7.
remember was an Olympus T something, T5M or
TP7.
T7.
hmm
And
Yeah.
I'll have to look up that. I might be able to answer this guy and tell him to take a look at this, the waterproof Minolta. You know,
Well, the
So,
Osmos are waterproof too. So
are
Yes.
they?
yes,
That's
Yes.
true.
yes. So
and
and
some iPhones also.
the Hero 11, my personal opinion, is better than the Hero 13. So, and it's on sale. So,
Yeah.
it's waterproof too. But Jeff is trying to sneak in here. And he's saying, hope y'all had a safe and wonderful Easter. And what has he missed? He did try to jump on here, but I didn't catch him in time. And he says, don't forget to hit that like button.
Absolutely.
So that's
And,
an F2.4, right? That it comes with, Randy?
Excuse me?
It's a
It comes with
F2.4
a 2.4?
lens.
No,
The
it
le-
comes with the cord. It comes
The
with a
aperture.
cord and power plug.
Okay.
The camera. It comes with a wrist strap,
Right.
battery, of course, and a 32 gigabyte SD card.
Randy, if somebody asks you if the lens is f2.4, you don't say it comes with a cord.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
What's
He
the
didn't hear me.
aperture?
Someone kept interrupting me.
I'm the
That's
one that
right.
keeps interrupting you.
I
Sorry.
know.
You
So
usually
it is
tell me to keep. You usually tell me to keep
Yeah,
quiet.
be quiet, Peter.
There you go.
It's not-
Now
do it right now.
that sounds like Randy now.
So,
I'm seeing it right
is
now
a
on
2.4
on
to a
Amazon,
4.5.
right?
yes,
Yes.
That's it.
yes.
Yeah. Okay. Yep. I'm seeing that same price on Amazon as well. So
And
So,
they
wow,
They're
deliver.
computerized. Yeah, they're
Yeah. So
computerized.
it's a
The one's
2.4
what drops the price. The other
to
one.
f5.04.
yeah.
All right.
So
Okay, that's
what's
it.
the first one? What's the first one?
2.4.
2.4.
2.4
Yeah.
to 5.
0.04.
0.04.
Or
5.04. That's not an f-stop.
That's like,
well, it says f equals 5.04 millimeters.
Oh, maybe
Yeah,
they got a
that's-
weird lens in there.
That's weird.
Well, yeah.
What is this?
So see, it's smaller than an inch sensor. It's like a pin,
Oh, yeah,
All right.
yeah. Okay.
and it's a 16x digital crop, which looks lousy. I would only do a digital zoom a little way, but 18 millimeters is sharp, and
It almost
So,
looks like a
Randy,
pinhole. It almost looks
how
like a
does that-
pinhole lens, almost.
It might
man.
be. It might be that,
You know,
yeah.
That's pretty
which
cool.
I've been
That's
wanting to go out and do. I've been wanting to go out and do some pinhole shooting. I've never done that before. I'm sure you guys have, but I've never done that before.
So
I've
the
got
photograph.
this lens that Randy sent me. It doesn't change nothing, and all it's got in there is a little pinhole. It's as good as
That's it.
like
That's
a
it.
cover. What do they call that?
Yeah,
A cap.
that's right.
On the front, you could switch it over from open to closed. That's it.
Right.
Sorry, guys. It's open or
that's
closed.
cool.
And it's just an AF. It's an autofocus lens at 4.5.
Okay.
Right.
Hmm.
4.5. 28
That's pretty
millimeters.
neat.
And it fits on, what does this fit on, Randy?
If it's on any Sony full frame or even APS-C camera.
So it's an E mount.
E-mount.
Okay.
E-mount.
Yeah.
Okay.
You'd swear this thing was just the cap. Okay. So
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's what a lot of people do, though, right? A lot of people just use a cap. They punch a hole in the cap, and I've seen people do that with their cameras.
yeah.
Well, Scott
Okay.
is in here and he's laughing at everybody. Says hi,
Is he?
crew.
Hey, Scotty.
He didn't.
I
he
thought
didn't-
of you today, Scotty, because I washed the floor. Every time I wash the floor, Scotty, I think of you. So
Yeah, I
I
don't
washed
thi-
the floor today, and I thought of you. Sure enough. Well, we picked out the machine together. That's why.
Ah,
Oh,
okay.
I was wondering what the connection was there. Okay.
Well, and
The wet floor. It's the wet floor, Carlos.
The wet floor connection.
So- So we've got Australia making a showing, and we've got Canada making a showing. Lewis is
Yeah.
here saying Happy Easter. Hope you all have been well. There's Randy and the Boca Master and Peter. Love you all. Yes. So we love you too,
How you
Lewis.
doing, Lewis? Yes, Lewis.
Hey,
We
Lewis.
love you. We love you, love you, love
What's
you.
up, Lewis?
And happy Easter. You know, when Lewis went on a trip around the world, I don't know where he went. He went to a couple of different stops. I told him if he went to a certain place, I want pictures. And lo and behold, he went there, and he must have sent me back 50 pictures
Oh,
that
wow.
I would have never seen.
That's
Talk
awesome.
about, somebody delivering when you ask. That
Mhm.
was I didn't expect it, and it just
That's
blessed
cool.
my socks off. I'm
I think, didn't he go to Indonesia?
Yeah,
I think it
Singapore
was.
is where I wanted pictures from because there's a
Okay.
church there called Joseph Prince,
Hmm.
and he said that
Oh,
yeah, it's in this town. I said, can you go there and
okay.
take some pictures? I'd like to see what that
Wow.
looks like.
Right.
He
Okay.
took pictures, he took videos, he did himself sitting in the pews laughing, and boy, I am grateful, grateful, grateful for that. Thank you, Lewis.
Mm,
That was fantastic.
that's respect, man. That's big time respect.
Hmm.
Now I keep asking Carlos to send me pictures of tea, but he just won't do it. He
Pictures
keeps
of
sending me
tea.
he keeps sending me pictures of his dog, so
Is your dog named T?
no, no,
No.
no. His
Okay.
wife is she's a specialist in tea ceremonies that are very meaningful and very developed over I want to say hundreds of years. I don't know the story. So I tease him all the time, and I always tell him to say hi to his wife for me, and she's actually the one that got me into green tea. I know it's not water, but it's tea water based.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
right. That's right.
It's
I
a
Very
don't know.
li-
healthy. Very
It's a
healthy.
liquid.
It's
Yes.
a liquid. Somebody's on my case because I don't drink enough water. I wonder who it is.
Yeah.
So I said I drink tea. I drink my smoothie, and she says that's the hint. She says
It's a liquid. It's
it's a
not
liquid. It's
water.
not water.
Yes. Whenever you put anything in water, it becomes a liquid, not water anymore. So
But it's
That's right.
got water in it. So it's got, where does
it's
the
a
water,
liquid.
it can't disappear. Does the water just
It's
magically?
kind of like a paper towel. I mean, where does the water go? I don't understand.
It's
I just learned something day before yesterday about these damn paper towels. Did you know
What?
if you don't dirty them, you can squeeze them out, open them up, they'll dry, and you can use them again? I never knew that.
I do
Oh
that a
my
lot.
God.
Yep.
I
I've done that for
wipe my
years. Yep.
face or wipe the counter, and in the garbage it goes. Okay. I never
Yeah.
realized
No,
you
you got
could
many
dirty.
uses out of that. You can use it
Oh,
for a lot of things.
well,
Yeah.
and it
yeah.
depends on the quality of your paper towel.
That's
Okay,
right.
because
Yeah.
That's right.
some of them you cannot do that with. They're one and done,
That's
and
true.
but the better ones like Viva and Brawny and those, yes, you can. You can
Yep.
wipe them, wring them out, and
Yeah. Here's a bounty.
yep.
Oh, those are good. Oh yeah. Those are
Yeah.
good.
Yes, I bought some bamboo paper towels, and I can't give those things away. They
Oh
are
Do
my
they
god.
hurt?
so bad.
Oh my
Yes,
god.
Do they
yes,
hurt? Oh my
yes.
God.
Yikes.
It's
Yikes.
like a scouring
You get
pad.
you get paper cups cuts from
Yeah,
them?
yeah.
Eee. Oh
I
my gosh.
both kids have revolted and said
No
no.
go.
We
Mm-mm.
don't want these. And they're paper towels. It's not like I got bamboo toilet paper, but
Yeah.
Ouch!
yeah.
Oh my God.
But yes, they
No.
have revolted
No,
on the
that's not good. We don't want that.
on the
We don't want
Doc,
bamboo.
the doctor said I was a little low on blood. Now I know why. Gonna have
Oh
to
my.
stop using. Gonna have to stop using that bamboo
You
toilet
gave
paper.
him too much. You gave him too much leash,
There's,
Sly.
I
You gave him
know,
too
I
much
know.
leash.
Hey, wait,
Bless
wait!
his
You're one
heart.
to talk. Whenever I talk about farting, you crack up like a teenage kid.
I mean, you know, I have to tell you, I'm sure you guys remember this, but this is probably 20 years ago or even longer. When there was, probably even longer, when we didn't do a lot of PC kind of language. Do you remember there was a Budweiser commercial, and they were great back then? But there was my favorite Budweiser, and I still have it. I have it on my phone. I watch it once in a while, and it's the one. It's winter. It's a guy and his girlfriend. They're in the sleigh. They're in the park, and they're looking all cuddly, and everything's looking great. And she's impressed by him because of this sleigh ride that he's done and all that. And so he goes, "Hey, you ready for a good night?" And she's excited. And he goes, "A little candlelight." And he gives her a candle, and she holds the candle, and she's like holding it, like, oh. And then he bends down to get the Bud Light. He bends
And
down,
the
and he comes back
candle
up,
goes out.
and the Bud Light. But as soon as when he reaches down to get the Bud Light, the horse who's pulling
The
the
sleigh.
sleigh opens up. He picks up his tail,
Farts. Farts.
and
Farts.
she's holding. What is she holding?
The candle.
The candle.
The candle.
Yeah.
And it
Met-
lights her up totally. It completely
methane
burns her
gas.
hair off.
And
And
she's
so he
black,
comes
right?
back up. He comes back up and he goes, and the Bud Light, and then he goes, oh, when he sees her, he freaks out. He's like, "Oh." And she's just looking at him with this face like, what did you just do to me? You know, this fried hair. Best commercial ever.
I've never seen that one. The
Best
best thing I
commercial
used to
ever.
love about Bud Light was the horses. They were gorgeous.
They were the best. The
Oh my
Clydesdales,
God.
Yeah, the Clydesdales.
But
they
now
were
the
great.
problem with the Bud Light is every time I pick up a beer, it talks. It says things I don't want it to say. So
What?
I had,
Really?
yes. So I had to change to something else.
They
Oh,
have
well.
special beer cans in Florida.
Yeah.
Oh, what? What? I thought when you drink it, it makes you say things you're not supposed to say or you don't like to say. That's what I thought. Maybe not. Maybe not.
Oh well. Let's stay off the politics. Otherwise, Sly will get mad at me. She'll go, Peter, you know what you did to my show, and then that's it
Peter,
for the next week.
Peter,
I'm
no,
in the
no.
doghouse.
Yeah, we
That's
don't.
right.
We don't really pay.
Wait. Speaking of being in the doghouse, last week, Sly had me sitting right here at this desk for a whole freaking hour, waiting to go on, and she never called on me, and I sat here instead of going to bed. Because she texted me and she says, if I send you a link on the show tonight, and then instead she had Jeff on. She was all chummy with Jeff. She helped
my
him with
gosh,
his
yes, favorites.
lenses. She
Sly has
helped him
favorites.
with
I
his
knew it.
f-stops. She helped
Yep.
him picking out the lens. And I'm sitting here going
Wow.
like, hello, I'm changing my name to Jeff. That's all it's now call me
Man.
Jeff from now on.
She left you in the green room, buddy. Left you
No,
in the green room.
she didn't
No?
even put me in the green room. At least I
Oh.
could have listened to the show.
Oh,
Instead, I had to
man.
sit here in silence because
Okay. In my defense, you went
Okay.
away.
I went
you
away after 40 minutes.
It's always you, Peter.
I
Always
had
you.
to go to the potty.
Always
And I
you.
just couldn't hold it anymore.
No, I was going to bring you in, but you were gone.
I had to go to the potty, man. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
Well, so
Well, that must have been some potty break. All I'm saying.
I was only 5 minutes and I came back.
No, you
So-
didn't.
Yes, I did. You even looked at your computer over on the side when I rang and I came in. You looked like, who the hell is ringing me at this time of the night? And I knew it was me because I was saying ringing. But anyway, I figured I'd give it a little spice to the show. There's no problem here at all. But,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's right.
Are,
That's
are
right.
you buying this, Carlos?
My lawyer is taking notes. You see,
Sounds
Randy's
like there's
writing it
a
all down.
problem to
Randy is
me.
writing it all down.
I could just
That's
see
what he's
Peter
doing.
sitting there though, going, "What is going? What are you doing? What are you? Oh, what?
Well,
what's the
I'm
deal?"
No. I was sitting here going, I got to go.
So I'm
Oh, okay.
surprised he
But
didn't
you
text
called
me.
No, I texted you once while you were live, and you got really mad at me. You don't text me when I'm live unless it's an
I
emergency.
love it. I
Okay.
love it.
So
I love it.
have we not all heard Peter say on his live streams for people not to text him when he's live?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
And he
true.
was
Yeah.
putting his phone in the microwave for
Okay,
a while.
so where did this come from? I don't think it came from Sly. Just
No,
saying.
because I screw up
Think
and
it
Randy
came
and
from
Sammy
Peter.
needs to call me. So I have to leave my phone on, which is on right now. So, but you know something, and I'm switching gears for a second. When you first start to go live, you're all anxious and you're tense. As time goes on, now people can text me, they can call me, and it doesn't bother me one bit at all.
Oh,
I'll just make a joke out of it, or I'll just mute it. You know.
Yeah.
But before, if somebody texted me, it's like boing. You know, it was like my eyes popped out of my head because it's like nothing could go wrong with the show. But I've
Something
had
always
so-
goes wrong with the show.
Right. So many things go wrong. Who the hell cares anymore?
Something
You know?
always. If you
That's right.
if you when you're getting ready to go live, if that's your mantra, something always goes wrong.
That's true.
It does, and it doesn't freak you out because you're expecting it.
Yeah.
So
now it's
That's right.
old hat now.
You don't have to
I know
do it.
people that that don't even plug their microphone all the way in when they're recording or something like that. They plug it in and they think it's in, but it's not all the way in, and no audio gets recorded. I don't know who does things like that, but somebody I know has done that. Didn't seat the microphone plug in all the way in. The person with the red shirt and the white hair, and also the guy with the blue shirt and the white hair.
Yeah,
Hey, we
yeah.
all have white hair. Take your hat
That
off. Let me see what's up there,
that was like
Carlos.
4 years ago.
I remember it to this day. And it was a 90D. I can
It's
even
like
remember the
4 years ago. Yeah, you know
Man,
that
Peter's got a good memory. Got a
that
good memory, Peter.
camera
Only
has
on that
been.
one. Only on that one point. Don't ask me what I had for breakfast because nothing. I can't remember.
Well, it's funny that camera has been sold 3 times since I sold it, and now it's in the local camera store.
Oh, that's
Oh,
so
wow.
funny. That is so
That's
funny. You know
amazing.
that.
Yeah, because it doesn't work for anybody. It wasn't just me.
Yeah.
It doesn't work for anybody.
I know.
And so now the local camera store is trying to sell it, but good luck.
Oh,
That-
that's so funny.
poor
That is
buyer.
so funny.
I know, right? I really want to go in and say, it's kind of a defective camera, but
Yeah.
I'm just going to keep my mouth shut. None of my business.
It's out of your hands now, actually.
It's out of my
to be honest.
hands. That's true. Yep. Yep. So I got my money. I'm happy. I've been doing really, really good on Facebook Marketplace lately.
Have you been?
Yes, I have.
That's fantastic.
Wow.
Yeah. We had, I had 2 rolls of diamond tread vinyl, like a runner. Like you'd cut off, you buy it by the foot and you buy like 8
Who would
feet
buy
for
that?
like a runner. Right? That's what I thought. And so we moved it up here because we're having this huge garage sale in a couple of weeks. And so I'm thinking $20 a roll, right? And they're big rolls and they're very, very heavy. And my friend's like, no, put $100 on them. Okay. 4 hours they were sold.
Wow.
Both of them. I had more people
Wow.
want
You
those.
told me to put my car up online, which I'm trying to sell it for $7,000-$8,000.
Right.
And
Okay.
Sly says, put it online for $20,000 as is.
Mhm.
And I'm thinking, like, really? I might just do that if
Mhm.
if you sold rolls of plastic for $100.
Yes.
$100
$100 a roll, yeah. And I asked the guy what he was going to use them for, and this kind of made me feel good. He is involved with an organization that buys derelict mobile homes, and they go in and they completely remodel them and house homeless people.
Oh,
And,
wow.
and he was going to use this diamond tread for the flooring. He was going to use contact cement and glue it down because he said they tear up everything that they put in, and so you don't want to, put a lot of really nice things in there. But that's
Not a bad idea.
yeah, they get them in out of the cold winter and
And
the
this
hot
is-
hot summer.
On the marketplace or eBay? Which one did you say?
Marketplace.
Marketplace.
Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah. But somebody did ask me about OfferUp, which is big in California and it's big in Florida. It's
Yeah, we do a
not-
lot of offer up here. Yeah.
Right. But it's not
Is it a
such a.
pick or shipping?
Is it a what?
Where they pick it up or shipping?
On
Like
OfferUp?
Yeah, marketplace. They can come to your house to pick it up.
Right. I think OfferUp is kind of the same thing, but we don't really have that here in the Midwest.
Oh.
It's like
So-
Craigslist.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably closer to that. Probably closer
Okay.
to that.
So, but I've been doing really, really well on Marketplace, and I'm loving
Good for
it.
you, Sly.
Yeah.
That's
So
awesome.
we're having a big garage sale in a couple of weeks for furniture and stuff. That for me, it would be hard to meet somebody at a Quick Trip at a convenience store with a chair. So
Mm,
Yeah.
Those-
Well,
those are going in the garage sale, but
yeah.
yeah, trying to liquidate and downsize. So
Well, when my
that's
mother passed
actually
away in
that-
2011, she was a collector of something back then called Precious Moments.
yes.
Oh, yeah, I remember those. Remember those.
So
Yeah.
my brother, I mean, we got a freaking shelf full of them.
You do?
So
Okay.
my brothers said, sell them and I'll split it with you 50-50. They're
That's
these little
I think that's what
cute.
I told you when I came to visit.
Well, people have been
Mm.
telling me that, but I don't think they're in demand. I
He
can't
does.
imagine somebody
Oh, they're
buying.
No,
hugely in demand.
I can't.
And he doesn't have a
Wow.
shelf. He has an entire wall of
Yeah.
precious moment figurines, and some
What
of
were
them
you
are
going to
worth.
say, Randy? I know you were going to say something.
Well, yeah. So you try to give advice to Peter, and Peter says, "Well, let me think about it."
Yeah, that's true.
And then you
That's
ask him
true.
about it. Oh, I forgot about it. So
That's true. But
Randy
yeah,
likes to pick on Peter like Carlos likes to pick on Peter.
there is a Precious Moments Chapel in Missouri.
Oh my
I
gosh.
don't remember which town it's near, but
Mm.
there are people that are collect these things. And
Okay.
Well, yeah.
when my daughter was born, her nursery was done in Precious Moments. So I've been to the chapel, and I still have quite a few of the like the age train. They had one for boys and one for girls, and both kids got them. And but it's his mother had a huge collection.
Mm.
So yes, start listing them. You know how to take product photography.
I do. Oh my
Yeah,
God.
I would think.
Oh
And
Yeah.
man, Peter. That's true. You can really market these things well. I mean, people who put stuff on these sites a lot of times why they don't sell is because
hmm
they don't market them well enough. And that kind of product, I would think, could really be more exciting with good photography. I would imagine the precious
right,
moment stuff.
right,
Yeah.
So that's a big deal.
yeah,
Doesn't cost anything to try it. And Randy
right.
has his computer here, and I'm supposed to put that together and sell it. And
Okay.
he ever so gently will have a 3 hour conversation, and then right at the end, Randy will go, "Did you put the computer together and put it online yet?" Oh no, Randy, I haven't done that yet, and I can hear him groaning, but he doesn't groan. So that's all right.
He just shakes his head and takes a drink of his frappe
I
mocha.
I feel like everybody loves Raymond. Everybody loves me, but boy, do I screw everything up. It's-
There it is.
Well, guys, anybody else got anything?
I
four
want to
Jeff,
know,
four
Peter.
silent
I want to
people.
know what Peter ate for Easter on Easter weekend with the fam. What did you eat?
I ate
lamb.
Greek lamb, Greek cooked lamb that's cooked by a Greek style, and it was
Okay.
delicious, honestly, because you could screw up lamb just that
Yeah.
easy. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
and my brother's wife, she did a great job on that lamb. Although I think my
Wow.
brother cooked it. I think he cooked it sous vide. My brother got this oven
Hmm.
about that big. It's big enough to put a pizza in it,
hmm
Okay.
and its claim to fame is the fire is not on the bottom like on a barbecue. It's on the top.
Right.
Okay,
Oh.
and you plug it into your propane tank, and it goes up to 1,500, not a
Oh
typo,
wow. Okay.
Fahrenheit. And they use these suckers in high-end restaurants. So when you get your steak and you hear it sizzling as it's coming to the table, they
Hmm.
put it in one of those. Now the restaurant one is called a salamander. That's the brand of that oven. But
Wow.
this is like
Really?
$190 or something like that.
Okay.
And the reason I'm bringing it up is in our family, we have people that like things very rare, medium
Hmm.
rare, and then people that
Hmm.
can't stand any blood on the plate at all.
Hmm.
Okay.
Right.
It's got to be cooked. Well, with
Okay.
this thing, you just put the meat that you got, whatever it is, the lamb, the steak, or anything, 40 seconds, 45 would be too much. That's how hot it is. Okay. You got
Wow.
to stand there and keep looking in the hole, okay, and then flip it, and you've got a well done steak. So
Ooh.
that's what they were doing. He made the lamb on the raw side,
Hmm.
rare is a better way, okay, and then you just put it in the drawer and take it out to your liking. And there was a line for that thing, okay. And
Wow. What
so,
what what is that called, Peter? What's that called? What's that little oven called?
okay, so then the brand is called Big Horn, like the car
Big
horn.
horn. Okay.
Okay. And they're
Right.
$200.
Okay.
And what's the name, that Alexis or something, in China? They had them, uh,
AliExpress.
AliExpress. Okay. So they had them for $157. So I bought one. Okay. Because George said he'll split it with me. George, my brother. All
Mm-hmm.
right. They sent me a shipping information and everything, and I watched it come from California all the way, and it wound up in West Palm Beach. And
Hmm.
I got a picture in from FedEx that your package has arrived. And they took a picture of this box of dog food that landed in West Palm Beach.
Hmm.
And I wound up having to go to PayPal and whatever it is, you put a thing to
A hold.
discredit,
Yeah.
not hold. What do you call it, Fly, when you got to argue with them? Uh,
Dispute.
dispute.
Yeah.
So I had
Yeah.
to put that in, and I'm waiting for that now. It's almost 3 weeks to get my money back because I'm not buying from them again. That's it.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
never use AliExpress.
no,
Yeah.
No, I don't either.
and when Amazon puts it on sale and it gets into the 155, 165, I'll have the money sitting there at PayPal when they refund it.
Right.
Okay. And it'll be already paid for.
I think
Uh,
AliExpress is
Peter,
better overseas.
Peter, is this the one right here?
yeah. Is that a metal piece on the ground?
Yeah,
Yes,
Yeah.
that's it. And
that's
it
it.
comes, that model comes with a pizza stone. Okay.
Wow. Wow.
So what I'm planning on doing is, because I'm very high on the carnivore, which is meats.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
I could cook the meat overnight. It's a very low temperature, like 131 degrees, and then pop it in the refrigerator. And then whenever I want a steak or
Hmm.
something, I'll just fire it up in that thing, 45 seconds per side. And my brother says 45 seconds. He's not joking. And that's from the refrigerator, which is cold,
Right.
you know. And when the pizza goes for, like, Domino's has it for $7.99, I'll buy a couple of those pizzas and put them in individual baggies,
Hmm.
and then take out a slice of pizza or two. And I put them in the air fryer now because Sly taught me, to do that. But heck, if I could put it in that 1500 degrees, now it does have different, I'm sorry, does have different drawers if you're looking
Yeah,
at
I
it,
saw that.
Carlos. So it
Yeah.
doesn't have to be super hot. You can pull it
Yeah.
down quite a bit, and it finishes it like a restaurant.
That's
I didn't
cool.
mean to hijack your show, Sly. So, but I was really pissed off because they got the money, and when I wrote to them and I told them I got a bag of dog food and it went to the wrong city, and instead of the guy saying, "Oh, I'll ship it out right away," or "I sent you the wrong thing," he said, "I'll refund your money." So what was it, a loan? You know, that wasn't very nice.
Yeah. What
But
was that all about?
that should have come through already though. That's been a while back.
They
Hmm.
have till April 20. Actually, it's passed, so it might have been. I'll have to check and see. I didn't look at on over the weekend.
Yeah.
We went to my brother's house. I had the Greek lamb. They made homemade mashed potatoes, Greek salad, 1,000 desserts. I did eat a lot of the desserts, and the next morning, I thought I was going to the ER. I'm not
What?
joking. My
Yeah.
blood pressure was 220 over
Oh, Peter,
119.
Wow.
My
not good.
head was pounding, and I figured,
Mm.
I opened my bedroom door, so if I died, they'd be able to find me. You know, uh, at least with the Pope, they had somebody there watching him. Over here, there's nobody
That's right.
watching me.
That's right. Yeah.
So, but then it started to go down in about an hour. I took my blood pressure pills twice,
Oh
once,
wow.
and then 2 hours later, I took them again.
Oh
Uh,
man, Peter.
and then it started to
Mm.
come down. But I ate key lime pie. I had cheesecake. I had chocolate cake. I had a Greek dessert called galato purico, which is like a milk pudding that they pour honey in, and it absorbs the
Unbelievable.
honey. Oh,
Unbelievable.
it's better than sex. It's fantastic. So
I mean, what you just described, man, it was getting me all excited with all that
Yeah,
dessert. Man,
Right.
holy cow.
and I ate too much of it, and the next morning I woke up because my head was pounding,
You
and
almost
when it
didn't wake
pounds
up. Come
back
on, man.
here, when it pounds back here, that gives me the knowledge that it's your blood pressure. When it's up here, it's my eyes,
Right,
or it's a
right,
regular
right, right,
headache. But in the
right.
back at the base of your neck, for my body, I've learned, you know, that is blood pressure. And I took put
Yep.
the wrist thing on, and the first time it errored out, and I go, oh. So then I calmed down, I relaxed, I tried to get calm, and I thought of Sly, and that made my blood pressure go higher. So then I just did think of Sly, and I learned some breathing exercises where you take a deep breath and exhale real slow. So I did that about 10 times. And then I did get a reading 220 over 119. I said, oh
Wow.
crap, that made my blood pressure go higher. So
Peter.
I was the entertainment for 5 minutes. Sorry, Sly.
Well, I'm glad that you're okay and that
Yeah,
everything
this
turned out
Exactly.
morning
all
it was
right.
117 over 65. It was this morning because now I'm taking it, and I'm not taking any sugar. So uh, when I drink my smoothie, which has been changed by Randy, because now I put a teaspoon of instant coffee and ice cubes, and it tastes as good as Randy's frappe mocha, whatever. It's delicious. I don't put any Hershey syrup on it. Obviously, that's
Right.
sugar.
Yeah.
But my whole
Mhm,
thing is four carbs,
mhm.
and it's delicious. Okay. And I finally figured something out because I make a big mug, and when I drink it, I feel so bloated that I feel like I'm going to throw up. But I learned I don't have to drink
Hey,
the whole
Jeff.
thing at one time.
There's the boss man. There's
Jeff,
the boss
Jeff, how
man.
you doing? There's the big guy right
Yeah.
there.
You have to turn that
G'day,
down
guys.
just
How
a
are
little
ya?
bit. Good. How
Pretty
are you
Hey,
good.
doing?
Jeff.
Yeah, doing fantastic. I'm over at my son's place today.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
So, um, I'll just come out and I'll. Yeah, these are a bit from America.
Man,
Do you
Sly,
know them?
you got your
Do you
stream of
Do you
know
know
them?
those
consciousness,
people?
Sly.
Do you know that guy was talking about blood
I do
pressure
now.
and all that kind of crap? Do you know those people? Wait, who said that? Jeff,
I
what's
think
the
that was
name of the
his.
person?
I think that was his
Jeff, what's the
son,
name of the
Sorry,
person that just said? What's his name that just said that?
Aaron. Aaron.
Uh-oh.
Aaron.
Aaron.
Solo Aaron.
Hey,
Hi,
Aaron.
My
Hi,
Aaron.
friend is.
Aaron.
Hi, Aaron.
Hi, Aaron. You're live on TV and you're global. We're in Miami
Yeah,
and Texas and California and
In
Canada
Oklahoma.
and
yeah,
Oklahoma.
Yeah,
Oklahoma.
yeah. He'll just completely
So,
forget about me. But yeah, go ahead.
That's right.
so
Wait,
how
let me
is
say that
everyone?
again. We're in Oklahoma, Miami, Texas, California. So Aaron,
No, yeah,
did he left?
yeah.
I was
He's in
gonna
with Mum at the moment.
Oh,
I was gonna tease him a little bit, but
so does he
go
live
ahead,
near you?
Sly.
Yeah,
Does
hang on, hang on, hang on. Aaron, Aaron, Peter. Peter's up here. That's Peter. So say hello. Hello.
hi,
Hey,
Sly?
Hey,
hey.
Aaron.
Hey,
Hi,
Aaron.
Aaron. I'm Sly.
I
That's
see you
Sly.
dressed for the show. I see you got all dressed up for the
Oh,
show.
Peter, be nice.
I thought I'd stir him up a bit. So
I like to make people feel at home, so
uh, he's he's my
we love you.
champion. This one.
We
Does
love you,
He's
Aaron.
the one.
We love you.
Yeah, he's good. Look, he helps me out so much in the yard and everything. So yeah, no, he's a blessing. But how was
That's
everyone's
great.
Easter?
it was. We're gonna
Excellent.
celebrate our Easter dinner tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
me
Well,
too.
so
I'll do another one.
another one.
Because
So
both my kids work and my son worked on Easter, and it was with everybody's schedule. Wednesday night was the only night we all had free.
I
So
Mhm.
you sound like how we do it. You
yeah,
have to because everyone has a different schedule now.
right.
So so yeah.
We
What
do
about you,
birthdays
Peter?
that
What'd
way
you get up
too.
to? What'd you get up
We
to over Easter?
Me?
You.
Yeah, you.
No, I talk way too much tonight. Talk to Carlos
Okay,
and
what?
talk to Randy.
Wait a minute. When
Okay,
did that ever stop you,
Carlos,
Peter?
what did you
What are
get
you
up to?
talking about?
Thank you, Carlos.
Exactly.
Carlos is very quiet tonight.
What did
Well,
he
that's
say?
because
Did I
I'm
get
letting
insulted?
Peter. I'm letting Peter go. That's why we're letting
We're-
Peter go.
So what did
Well,
you get up to, Carlos?
we're changing Carlos's hat to bad boy. That's what it stands.
That's
That's the B on
Bad
top.
boy.
a
Oh, I
minute.
thought that was me for being brave for coming on.
Well, a while ago it was for the best because
That's
Oh,
right.
Carlos
for the
was the
best.
best. So it
Oh,
changes.
maybe I should get one.
Yeah.
That's right.
That's what I
That's
need.
right.
The best.
So does Aaron
No, I
live?
need one for Pete. Perfect. No, I'm only kidding.
So does Aaron live close to you?
About 45 minutes
Oh,
drive.
okay. Okay.
Oh, about an
Okay.
hour, my wife just said. About an hour drive.
Okay.
Hi, Debbie.
So,
Hi, Debbie. Hi, Debbie.
well, she's inside. No, it's all right. Look, I won't put you on. No, that's the way.
Hi,
I won't
Debbie.
put her on camera. Say hello.
You don't have to put her on camera.
No, I'm not going to put her on camera,
Okay.
but you can say
No.
hello to her.
Yeah. Well, happy belated Easter.
Thank you. Same to you.
Yeah.
Okay, that's Sly.
We're
I know
just
who Fly is.
we're just kind of all hanging
And,
out.
Yeah, we're just
and you know
chilling.
Hey,
Peter, because you know
Debbie.
the one I want.
I
Debbie,
do.
the last time I saw you, Debbie, you were laying in the bed. So where now you've left the house, huh?
Uh-huh.
Look at
Yeah.
Randy's mouth is dropped open. What is Peter talking about?
My poor wife, she's up at 3:30 in the morning for the next 3 days, taking our grandkids to be there at our son's place, so he can
Mm,
take, so she can take them to school.
wow.
Okay.
Because my
Wow.
son, at the moment, my son's studying nursing, a registered nurse,
Okay.
Okay.
and his wife works like late at night, so she doesn't get home till later on.
Right.
So yeah, she's exhausted. So that's why she's
Tell
so
Bet.
tired. She's always got, so if it's not my kids, it's me running
Right.
around after. So she needs a bit of a break now and then.
Yeah. Yeah.
tell
So
Aaron tell Aaron if he gives shots, I don't like him anymore. I do not like shots.
hey, Aaron, he don't like you anymore. What? I don't know. What say it again?
Something
If
about
he
giving
gets
shots.
shots. I don't like
Shots.
shots.
Getting shot.
You don't like shots.
He doesn't like
You
shot.
don't like
Yeah.
shots.
Yeah.
That's right. That's right.
I
That's
don't
right.
know.
Peter
We've
doesn't like
lost
medical. Yeah, he doesn't like medical care.
don't you? Me either.
Well,
So I'm with you on that one, Pete.
yeah. Yeah.
Jeff, do they have good pizza there? Do you have good pizza there in town?
Well, we just finished. You were talking about pizza while I was eating the pizza. My son made it
Okay.
last night.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
he
Oh my
makes it. From,
gosh.
he makes it from scratch. He does the dough and everything.
No
Hey Sly,
way.
can you hear me,
Oh,
Sly?
that's my
Yeah.
favorite.
Ask him
Wow.
what camera he
Man,
took to his son's house.
Peter wants to know what camera you took to your son's house.
just my mobile today.
That's what I'm thinking
Oh,
because you're on the vertical
The
with the
vertical?
black lines. Yeah.
Oh, do you want me to turn it around? Hang
Yeah,
on.
you can turn it
Is
around.
that
There you
better?
go. Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Yeah.
There you go.
Now you fill up the
Okay.
whole screen. Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
okay.
that's a
I
good
just,
picture, man. That's a good picture.
It is a real
it's
good
not
picture.
bad.
Yeah.
hang
Yeah.
on, I can't even see myself. So where am I?
Yeah.
Um,
There
You're
you
in
are.
Australia. You're
There
in
you are.
Australia.
hope
There you
so.
go.
The
There you
last
are.
time I think. So what about you, Sly? You have over, even though you didn't have your kids around, what did you get up to over the Christmas break, Easter break?
Easter, I didn't do a whole lot. I'm after I finish here, I'm gonna go make the dinner for tomorrow night because you make it a day ahead and then put it in the refrigerator. And then
What is it that you make?
it's a Mexican casserole with
Oh, that sounds yum. Oh,
yeah.
it's a bit like Deb. She makes a thing called chaunt, if I'm pronouncing it correct, and she cooks that the day before and she lets it simmer
Mhm.
for a long time to bring out all the flavors. Yeah, Yeah.
Is it
So,
I
what
spicy?
gotta
about you,
Is
know
it
what
Randall?
is.
spicy?
I gotta know what's a Mexican casserole. What is that? What is in that?
So it's like,
Yeah, it'd be nice.
I mean, think of lasagna where you have layers,
Okay.
and
Okay.
Ooh.
instead of
Yep.
noodles, you use a flour tortilla, and then
Yeah.
for the filling, you use like a taco meat with refried beans, black beans, corn,
Yeah.
tomatoes, and then you put another layer of flour tortilla, and then you just keep doing it, kind of like lasagna. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
it'll
Wow.
be like 3 layers, as tall as
And
the
it goes
baking dish.
around. And
Oh,
it
come
goes
on.
around a lot too.
That sounds amazing. That sounds
It's
Is
amazing.
it
absolutely
very
wonderful.
spicy? Is it a spicy dish?
No, no, no.
Can
No.
be if you depending what you add to it.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean you could make it spicy if you wanted to, but
No, no, I
Yeah.
don't like spicy.
yeah, but I
I
use
love spicy.
the mild Rotel tomatoes for my
Yeah.
tomatoes, and they have little green peppers and onions. And but
Yeah.
it's not
Mm,
spicy. And my daughter makes the best guacamole on the earth.
Oh, I
wow.
love guacamole.
Yeah.
You don't make what? Do you make it? No, that's what I thought. Yeah, she doesn't make it.
Oh, it's amazing. She
Well,
makes
you know, if
everything from
avocados weren't like
scratch.
$10 an
Yeah.
avocado down here, I'd love them. You know,
So
they're
But
ridiculous.
Carlos, a fellow
Yeah.
sent me from California,
Yeah.
sent me these
Oh,
yeah.
look at that.
avocados that are like
Yeah.
that big. They're
Really?
huge. Now
My goodness.
they're a little different than your normal little avocado.
So they're not. Are they
I don't think
Haas
I've done that.
avocados or
No,
no?
no, these were grown from some guy's
Yard.
yard. Yeah,
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think he has like a ranch or something, but he doesn't eat them, and so he gives them all
Okay.
to my friend, and my friend sent me, and they're ginormous. But inside the seed is
Wow.
bigger than a normal avocado, and the meat
Right.
is very yellow.
Uh huh.
But they're so creamy and delicious. They're just
And they're very good for you too.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So
So,
we're
That's
gonna
the only
have
thing I buy at Chipotle is the guacamole because they make it pretty good there.
yeah. So we're
So
gonna have
you gotta teach me how to make that taco thing that you're making, and you gotta teach me how to do the guacamole because I got a
well,
bag that tall in the freezer of those corn uh, chahitas,
and
whatever they're
you
called,
can use
fajitas.
corn or flour, either one. It doesn't matter. I like the
the
flour better than
preparation.
the corn. So
Well, I bought a big
Yep.
bag, and somebody here won't eat them, so they're in the freezer.
well,
Randy's laughing.
But what?
Yeah.
He
We.
likes
I
uh,
mean,
he
out
likes
here,
Come on,
do you
Missy.
guys have? Do you have like the taco trucks out where you guys are at? I mean, because we have a
yes,
taco truck on every
Yes.
corner. So you guys have those
yes,
out there?
Yes.
yes.
Yeah, they're the best. They're the
Yeah.
best.
There a lot of them
Oh,
are. Some of them are kind of spicy. We have one right down the
yep.
road, and it's I guess they like spicy food.
Yeah.
But it's so spicy it's hard for me to eat it. So I don't go to the one right
Spicy's
down the
good if
road.
it's balanced. It's only
Yeah.
good if it's balanced right. I don't mind the spice, providing it's balanced, with the flavors and everything, because you want,
Right,
like the chilies and all that, you want it to
Yeah, it's not
enhance
just
the
hot.
food
It's not
rather
just
than
right.
hot.
overpower it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and that's what
I
I think
love
some
those street
people do. They,
tacos, right? Street
Yeah,
yep,
tacos. Oh,
yeah.
oh, so good.
They're so
So good.
little.
I know. They're so
They're
tiny.
so
Couple of
tiny,
bites, right? Give me
But,
another one.
right?
but
Give me
you
another
eat
one. Give
more.
me
That's
another one.
all.
You
Oh,
do.
Right.
I mean, you have to order like 6 just to,
I
get
know.
a regular.
They're just
make
little
them at
mouth
home.
We have
bundles of
a
joy. Mouth bundles of joy.
a place called Coney Islander that was started in Tulsa by this guy, and they are the
Okay.
littlest hot dogs ever. I
Oh,
mean, I can eat
Wow.
3 of them. My son gets 4, but the hot dogs are they're tiny,
Uh,
How do they cook them?
just on a cooktop.
little rollers, little
You
rollers
That's
or
know,
it?
something. Or
Do
uh,
they slice them open?
no, uh-uh. And
Interesting.
they have a little metal thing, and they put all the buns on it, and then they'll put the dogs on there, and then mustard, chili, cheese, onions, and
right, yeah.
it's a conveyor thing. They slap them out of there like nobody's business, but they're tiny. They're kind of like street tacos.
mm,
Takes quite a few to fill you up.
that's so funny. Little baby hot dogs.
Yeah, they're not. They're
Maybe
not like Vienna sausages, but they're actually hot dogs. But they're little
They're real
bitty.
hot dogs. That is so funny.
I've never
they're
seen a
not
hot dog that
wieners. They're
small.
not wieners then, right?
They're not wieners. They're. I see that little smirk, Peter. I see that little. My
I'm
little.
Well, that
smirking.
was
Look
the
at that
size
little
of a
smirk.
Let
Cheerio.
me wipe. Let me wipe it right off my face.
Uh
What is
huh.
that? That was. I looked at Peter and I could see like a 9-year-old little boy right there. He says wiener and then he has that smirk on his face. I saw that.
I'm having a good time tonight. I've got the best friends in the world,
Uh-oh.
I think
and
he
even
froze up, didn't he?
oh he's
Yeah.
there he goes.
No, you
And
froze.
even better yet, I've got a lot of my best friends right here on my screen, and I have a remote.
Yep.
I can mute you if I want to mute you. It's the best. I'm having the best time tonight.
Well, and I think Scott and Lewis and Mookie's here too. Full house tonight. Yep.
Yep.
Mook, you can jump on if you want to. The link's down in the
Holy
description.
cow, man.
So
So we
If he
also
wants to
have
jump on, I can jump off.
Okay, so
Yeah,
so this is my understanding. Okay, is that the real value of this new version of Ecamm Live that is integrated Zoom is because it streams so much better, right? So
that's not what I've heard.
really,
I've,
because
Yeah.
I mean that's what I've seen us doing 14 of us, but through Zoom, and you get a better quality picture as far. Now, what are you hearing,
Okay.
Clyde? Because that's what I'm understanding from some of the tech guys.
so
what are you
on
hearing?
on Ecamm's Facebook,
Yeah,
there every day multiple posts about how it doesn't work as well with Zoom as it used to, and how do you fix
as it
it?
used to.
Yeah. So I don't know. I don't use Ecamm with Zoom.
Yeah.
So I have used Zoom, but not in conjunction with Ecamm. So
Okay.
I don't know how the two mesh.
Yeah, Carlos, she's not connected with the outside of Ecamm. The guy you're talking
Yeah.
about, chances
Yeah.
are it's direct Zoom, and
Well, yeah,
not
they
through
send the
Ecamm.
link out and they just bring a guest in, but they bring in the guest in through
Yeah.
Zoom,
Right.
right?
And are they paying or are they using the free version? Do you know?
Oh, it's just a free version. You can use the free version. They can bring them in
Oh,
through
okay,
that.
that's
Yeah,
good.
yeah. But from what I'm understanding, the picture quality, is better, and that's why you see there's a lot of people now who are using Ecamm Live, but they're bringing in their guests through Zoom. And I'm like, why are so many people doing that now? I don't get that, because this feature of interview mode has been so popular, but what I'm seeing is a lot of people are starting to use that. So,
Well, the
but
difference with Zoom is that you don't need a Elgato Cam link to hook up to it. You just use your USB-C cable from your camera to the computer, and it works. Just like your iPhone.
yeah,
Now the iPhone can work with Ecamm with Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. You don't even have to hook it up to the computer, and
right,
Ecamm will
right,
recognize it.
Well, now with some of the older Canon cameras, you had to have the EOS webcam
right,
software
Utility.
yeah,
to get the camera to hook up.
mhm,
But one of the differences that I see, and I haven't been on Zoom that much, but with Zoom, whoever is talking, they get the big picture, and then you'll have all
Yeah.
the
I
other
like that.
participants down at the bottom. With Ecamm, everybody, you can talk over each other. I mean, everybody just stays equal. So
Which
Well,
way
you
you
can-
like it better?
I
yeah.
like
You
it.
could. Well, I mean,
this way better.
I use Zoom all day with all my clients, and sometimes in workshops and groups. So you can change all those settings.
Oh,
Sly.
okay. Okay.
All
Cool.
those settings you can change. There's a lot that you can do, in Zoom. But it's from what I'm seeing though is when people are having more interview guests, the more guests they're having, they tend to stream better utilizing Zoom.
Okay.
And also, in fact, I was listening to
It is
a
getting hot.
streamer. Who was it?
Um,
It was Doc Rock and somebody else, who do a lot of
1:30.
live streaming, and they were saying that
Real
the
late,
the,
don't
the
I?
quality, the video quality
I think
seems
I've
to be
got
coming
food on
in
my plate,
better.
haven't I?
So I'm gonna have to play with it a little bit more, because I don't use it obviously with clients. I use Zoom with clients, but
Right. Right.
But I mean, with interview guests, that would be different.
Yeah.
The
I'd have
only
to say
advantage
though,
to go over to Ecamm is you could change cameras and mics on the fly.
yeah,
You can change colors. Everything you can do in Ecamm, it applies to your broadcast.
right,
Where in
right.
Zoom, it's a little more cumbersome to deal with that stuff. So if you had a client and they were too dark or something, in Ecamm you can brighten them right up. In
Can I
Right,
butt
Zoom,
in?
right.
I'm not sure if you
Can
could
I
do
butt
that
in?
that easily.
Yeah,
Can
yeah. I mean, it's interesting because you know, unless well, yeah, and I mean, my clients aren't going to be using Ecamm Live because if they were, they could go in through Zoom and they could have all that control. But no, you're right. I have to say this though, Sly, since you went to this cam, it just looks really good. It looks all the color tones are very natural on you.
Well,
You know.
in this computer, okay,
Okay.
I did a
Okay.
live stream from a hotel a couple weeks ago, or maybe last week. No, last month, I guess. And the colors were horrific.
Really?
Yeah, I never could. The lighting was
Hmm.
really, really bad. The hotel was like it would be a nice place for a romantic hotel room,
Hmm.
but for trying to do a live stream where you need kind of light on you, it was absolutely horrible.
Hmm.
And I even took my Ulanzi lights and I still couldn't get it to balance out. So it
Mm-hmm.
looks very, very yellow. Um,
Hmm.
but like I said, every live stream you're going to have something go wrong, and the color was what went wrong that night. So
Mm-hmm.
but it's okay. But thank you. I
Yeah.
I really love the fact that I got rid of the tripods. I got rid of all that
Yeah.
stuff that was out
Okay.
there,
Yep.
and this has one cable, no capture card needed. It just goes straight into the computer, and I think it looks decent.
It
So
does.
It
yeah,
looks great. You look
yeah.
really
It
good
really
tonight.
does.
I
You
don't
can see the
have the
lipstick on your lips. You can see the lipstick. Okay, and all the details for a low end camera. It looks, you know, you'd think you had the M6 running, the M6
Uh-huh.
Mark II.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's
well,
right.
I don't have the bokeh
Right.
behind
Right.
me, but
but your name is right there, so I
Yeah,
mean,
you don't want the
it
bokeh though
fits
with what you have
perfectly.
behind you. You
well,
want to
and
be able
that's
to see
kind of what
that.
I was thinking. But I
Right.
did set up the camera and tested it with like a 24 millimeter lens,
Yeah.
and it was a beautiful background because it was all, but it wasn't really what I wanted. So I do kind of want it to be sharp behind me
Yeah.
because yeah, that's
Yeah.
kind of But
So what are
That's your
you
deal.
running, Sly?
That's your deal.
this is the Osbot Meet 2. It's
Right?
in 4K 30 or 60. I don't remember.
4K
Wow.
30.
30. Okay. Um,
Yeah, because it's sharp. It's
yeah,
How
beautiful.
much is that camera? How much is that camera?
and I think normally it's like 129, but they run
Like the
sales
Minolta,
all
129.
well, but they run sales all the time for
They do.
109. It's a $20 coupon. But you can't take this camera anywhere.
Why?
It's a
Yeah,
webcam.
that's right. It's a webcam. That's right.
Ah,
Yep.
So
So so
it
if Jeff takes
has
it to his son's house, it's not going to do him any good.
right. It has
no.
no way to take pictures. It has no way
Yeah, it's
to
like the
do
Ozbot.
video.
It's like the Ozbot.
Right,
How about
exactly.
The Minolta that Randy is using?
Oh, he took
How
it.
is that?
He took it out in the car and made video out in the car.
Yeah, but can you go live with it, Randy?
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. I did a
You-
video
I
on
like to know.
yeah.
Uh,
Because you can set it up
I
as a
like to,
webcam.
how do
That's
you
a
go
hundred.
live, guys? Like, if I go to Turkey and I want to do a live, how do I go live? I still don't understand how to set that up.
Do you have
YouTube channel.
Do you have
You have a
Ecamm?
Sorry?
Do you have
You
Ecamm?
have a
No,
YouTube channel.
I don't even know what Ecamm is. Well, I know it's a
Ah.
software you use, I assume.
Right.
But that's
You have
just, I
a
don't. Do you have to pay for it or?
Yeah.
Do you have an iPhone or an Android phone?
Android.
Okay, so
Android.
Randy
I've
might
got
know
the
about
Samsung.
Androids, but
I mean, you
I've
can go
got this
straight live through YouTube on your phone. You don't need anything.
right.
Yeah,
I
I
can
Right.
take
tried
this
that for you,
this phone and
but
go
I tried to
straight
do that.
live directly.
How? Because
Well, if
I
you have a
clicked
YouTube
on live
account,
and it said something about I need so many subscribers or something.
no, not to go live.
No,
You
I
just
don't
go
think
live.
so.
Yeah.
Let me
What are
see.
you on now?
He's on his
You
phone.
Well,
yeah,
I'm
but
connected through
he's got
you.
to be on a YouTube channel. He
But
can't
no,
out of
Yeah,
nowhere.
he's connected to me though.
Yeah, with the
I'm
link.
connected to Fly, but I don't know how to connect mine. So, like, if I wanted to do a live, like, say I'm in when I'm in Turkey and I want to go live to show where I'm at, how do I do that? I still like if you know how to do that, maybe you could do one of you can
Yeah.
do an episode on it.
Well, let me
Yeah,
explain
Okay.
Randall,
how to
let's
do it.
All
Be
right. So
quiet.
Jeff.
Let me explain how to do it. Okay.
yep,
The way you do
yep,
it is you get your cell phone and you can do
yep,
either Instagram or through Google.
yep,
Okay. And with
real,
you get the YouTube app, you set your
yeah,
channel, and then you can broadcast. You put a certain time. A lot of people they just use Instagram where they record where they are and then they just upload it to the web. That's the
yeah.
easiest
I
way.
want to go
But
live,
if
but
you
like,
want to, but you want to go live, so you have
yeah,
to create a YouTube channel
Well,
so
he
you
has
can
one.
live stream.
So you have a YouTube channel, right?
yeah. I've got two
Yeah.
YouTube channels, but I
So
don't know how to connect the lives. Like I go,
okay, you see that little plus sign right there? Right
see if
there.
I can trim it up. Yeah, yeah, yep,
Okay. If you press that,
yeah.
it'll say post, or you can
Yep,
slide it over. I'm doing this
and
backwards
it'll
Yeah.
be live.
to your
Now,
live.
see
Live.
where it says live?
Now,
Now, I clicked on that live and it came up saying something about you need so many shorts or something. I didn't understand what they meant by that before you can
oh,
go live. So,
Short
what does that mean?
shorts are those little videos that are less than a minute. I don't have any shorts, so but I
So,
can
how
go
did you
live.
set it up? So, you just pressed on that and went live,
Now on no, I use Ecamm. So I
You
have
guys,
right?
isn't there something that happens when you first want to go live? Isn't there something that YouTube says we have to uh,
yeah,
approve
vet
you
you
to be
out.
able to
Yeah,
go live?
I think so, yeah.
I think that's what
yeah.
he's
What was
encountering.
that?
So
Say it again.
Yeah.
when you get home, try it out,
Yeah,
okay?
yeah,
And YouTube it will ask you some questions before
yeah,
just your first time, and then from
Hmm.
there
yeah.
on, then you don't have to worry about it. So if you get it set up at home, then when you get to Turkey, you can go
Yeah.
live and it won't be
But
any
I
Right.
problem.
did that, right? So I
Hmm.
went through that process and it says, like where you answer these questions, is it made for kids? And you go, no.
Right.
And then it says, okay, in 24 hours, you'll be able
Okay.
to
Okay.
go, you're
Yeah.
able to
Yeah.
live stream, right? So
Okay.
I waited till the next day when it was due. And then I went to click to go live, and it says something about you cannot go live until you got so many subscribers in shorts. So I'm a bit confused over it
Wow.
all because I really want to try to do a live, especially when I'm at Cappadocia and
Right.
at Ethias. Then I go to, all the archaeological sites and that because I think
Yeah,
that would
I
be
I
something nice.
didn't. I mean, I didn't have 1,000 subscribers when I first started going live.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but
How
Oh, I
many
think
did
I had
you
like
have?
5. Yeah.
Do what?
I think I had like
YouTube
5.
changed it.
You don't need
Oh.
any. I mean, not that I've ever heard of. I didn't think there was any requirement to do that.
I might have to try it again then. Maybe
Yeah.
I clicked something different then, maybe.
Yeah.
How long ago did you try?
Last weekend.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, hang on, you guys. Here it is. Okay, you ready?
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
stream on a mobile device,
Okay.
you'll need at least 50 subscribers.
Oh.
So I didn't know that. There on a
Um,
mobile device, you need at least 50 subscribers.
Okay. Okay. That's the difference. Is I don't stream on a mobile device.
Yeah, I don't either.
I've
Right.
always done it through Ecamm. So
Well,
apparently,
yeah, but you got 1,000 subscribers, so it should work with a mobile device.
well, yeah,
You
but
got
I
your-
mean, when I first
Yeah.
started live streaming, I didn't. You know,
Right.
I think I had
Right,
like
right.
450 or something like that. So
Yeah, but that's
Um,
more than
it is. Jeff, how many subscribers are on your channel?
I think 3 or 4, because I don't really like. 'Cause I haven't really done much. I just I've had it just to upload a few things of mine on a magic moment photography,
Well,
but I really haven't done.
what Carlos is saying,
I'm not.
until you get to
Yeah,
50, it won't let you live stream on a mobile
Right.
device.
On a mobile. Hmm.
yeah. So that's going to be an issue unless I can get 50 subscribers, and
right.
Right.
To stream on
so
the
maybe you
mobile
guys
device.
need. Maybe you guys should go over to my channel and subscribe.
And subscribe.
Yeah, we
Did.
will. We
I-
should.
I'm one of your subscribers.
Try to get up there before I go, because I really would love to do a live stream when I'm in Turkey with all you guys.
Magic moment.
Yep.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, there's Facebook Live. There's like what Randy was saying. There's Instagram. I mean, there are other platforms that you can also do live on your mobile device that are really designed
Right.
for mobile device, like Instagram,
Facebook
Right.
too. So,
Facebook as well. Yeah,
Can you go live on Facebook? Can you?
yeah, yeah.
And Instagram. So how do I set that up to go live?
And TikTok.
Any of that? I'm on
You-
both.
This is where your
So-
son comes in handy. Tell your
That's right.
son
Yeah.
That's
that
right.
you want to go
Uh,
live and get him to bring it to the point where you're live. You're not going to do it yourself. I could tell by the way you're
What-
running into walls.
That's
Jeff-
right.
Okay.
Yeah,
Jeff-
and my son doesn't know either. He's pretty good at other things, but when I've asked him about live stream, he goes, "I don't know. I've never done it."
So Jeff,
I
what is
thought
what is your avatar?
he's on
It's
the
got a
beach.
photo of. There's one of just me,
Photography.
there's 2 of me. There's one me holding a camera. Or no, I think I've got a jacket on. When I was in Tasmania. So it's called A Magic Moment Photography. It should be under. I don't know how to go out without losing you guys.
Yeah, I was just there. I'll put it on the share and I'll show you.
Yeah, if you can, because I know I subscribe to you.
Yeah.
If you go to where I subscribe to you, Sky and Peter, it should take you over to my channel,
I-
wouldn't it?
Well, I'm trying to do it
Yeah.
on
Jeff,
the
is
cell
it
phone.
is your channel? Because I see 2. Is it the one with the capital P in photography?
Say it again.
I
see
found-
one
I
of your
found it.
channels. I think it says there's one with a capital P in photography
Oh,
and one that's lowercase.
One. Yeah, that's it. It's that one there. That's showing up on the screen.
Yeah.
Who showed that?
There it is.
That's
Is
right.
that
Yeah,
it?
it's
Randy.
that one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it. That's mine. That's one.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm on now. That one.
Okay. I just
Yeah,
subscribed
he
to you.
has 9 videos and 9 subscribers.
Now you have
Mine
10
is
subscribers.
Okay, well now I got a different one.
Yeah, you
Yeah,
got.
I've got two.
Randy, send that to us. Send the link to that.
I think you got the
to,
lowercase photography, Sly. Go to the uppercase photography.
Now I don't know if he'll allow me to do that.
It's right there. It's the one where Jeff is standing, right, Jeff?
Yeah,
That's the one.
I
Yes,
sent the link.
correct.
In your
I'm
avatar,
standing
yeah.
there with my hands, I think, in my jacket, I think.
Yeah, that's right.
in my
That's
pocket.
right. That's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one.
yeah.
Okay. Well,
That's the one you need. That's the one I'm on 99% of the time.
okay, I will find it. I can't. I
Who
can't.
put that
It's
one up? Was that you, Carlos, that put it up?
No, that was Randy.
Randy.
Well, maybe Randall, could you share it with the others?
Yeah, put it in
Like, with a
the
link to it?
put it in the
I
link
already
there.
did.
Oh,
did?
okay.
Okay.
Thanks, Randall.
It just
Okay.
it probably hadn't come up yet.
Hasn't come up yet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if I can get 50, at least 50 subscribers, and hopefully I can go live
But
when I'm in
I would
Turkey.
I would affirm what Peter said though. It's like Yeah,
Yeah.
use your resources, and you have a really good resource right there, right? To go live on something like Facebook or Instagram, because that would probably be a lot easier to do
A
that.
lot easier.
Uh-huh.
Yep.
I might have to go when I go home later today. Then I might
Yeah.
take a look at both Instagram and Facebook. Then
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah.
but then how do you
Mm-hmm.
go live
What
and
you
share
do,
that live? Say like with you guys because you're not
all right.
friends
So,
on
Jeff,
Facebook or
what you
Instagram.
need to do is ask a
Yeah.
question to YouTube, and they will show you a video of how to do it step by step.
There you go. There you go.
Okay.
You go to YouTube University, you just ask the question in the search, and they will show you videos how to do it step by
Yep.
step.
That's right.
Okay.
And you'll be good. You'll be solid.
Like on there, like I've already
Oh,
set it all up, but saying because I have in YouTube part, it's saying unless I've got so many subscribers, I can't go live. And I thought, well, that's
Right.
that's
Right.
not very good because I don't have 50 subscribers.
well, you're up to 10 now.
That's right.
Oh, that's good. Just need another 40.
So,
Good luck to
So
that one.
Yep.
yeah.
it might be better just to do Instagram,
Mm.
where you
Yeah.
record video and then you just send it up to the web, because you may not have the connection part to Wi-Fi while in Turkey. Okay,
Oh,
so
that's a
you're going to have to
possibility
save
too,
the
isn't
video
it?
Yeah.
part, and then you just
I mean,
send
I
it
know
up
somebody
later.
who's been streaming from Morocco. He's traveling all over that area, and he's streaming. But he's got what does he have? He has what's that?
A satellite phone.
Yeah, no, not satellite. He's got Starlink. So
Hmm.
Oh, Starlink. Yeah.
um,
Okay.
he streams great wherever he is, all over the place.
Hmm.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, it's
Yeah,
really
because I
neat.
think I
Really
have to
neat
look into
experience there.
before I go what's going to be the best service while I'm over there. So I've got continual
Well, the good thing
internet.
is how many months before you go? 3 or 4?
4 months, I think. Is that right?
Okay,
May, June, July, August. Yeah,
like
4 months.
like Randy said, you go to
Yeah.
YouTube, you put what you want to do in the search, and there's got to be 500 videos on how to
Yeah.
sneeze
500,000.
and blow your
Yeah.
nose.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
But
so
like I said, I've set everything up. Like I've done step by step setup, and
they
it
got
allowed me
that.
to go live. But
It's on there.
yeah, yeah.
You know.
Well, it may be the
So
50
on that,
subscriber rule that's
Yeah.
holding you
so
back.
I think we just got to get to 50, and once I get to 50, I know then I can go live. And I know that a lot of people that I talk to, they're on like here on YouTube.
Hmm.
I do have some on Instagram. So the only thing is, if you guys wanted to see it live, you'd have to be on the Instagram one, a magic moment.
Right.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
might look into that one as well. Since
Definitely.
Carlos mentioned
Mm-hmm.
There
Mm-hmm.
is a
Instagram.
way to help you out, Jeff. That is,
Yep.
we go to the site after this is done. I click on all of
Yep.
your videos, and that puts
Yep.
in the algorithm where it's going to show your videos that you've done to other people. And then
Right.
they see more and more people watching it, you'll get more subscribers.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
So
a simple way
how
of
do you do that? Like, how do you get people
Well, okay.
to?
Now listen, this is how you do it. Okay.
Yep.
After this, I'm going to click on all your videos from your
Yep.
channel, and I'm going to
Yep.
play them. All right.
Yep.
I'm going to make sure that they're all liked, and that helps your algorithm where,
Right.
hey, someone's interested in viewing these videos. And
Yep.
then more people start watching. Hey, I like this guy. I'm
Right.
going to subscribe to him. All right.
Right.
That's how we do it. So if I do it, if Carlos does it, if Peter does it, if Sly does it, if Mookie does it, if other people that are watching do it, you're going to
Yep.
get your 50 subscribers.
Right.
That
That's
would
how
be
you.
good, and that way I can do it live. Do a live
Yeah.
Yeah.
stream.
So if you can get to 50 people,
Yeah, we'll
you
help
got
you
it.
out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would
But
be
that,
good because you guys have
okay.
sort of got me intrigued now with the video side. I've never sort of got into the video side of it before,
Right.
but yeah, you're sort of piquing my interest in it now. So
So
Or while you're
yeah,
laying in bed at night and you can't go to sleep, you go to YouTube, you find the topic that you want to study, and
Yep.
there is a lot of videos on any topic. You want to
Yeah,
cut
that's
your
true.
grass,
Well,
you want to make a
yeah,
cake,
absolutely.
you
Yeah.
want to
Hey,
go
YouTube's
live.
wonderful.
Okay, if you want to go
Yeah.
live, you put that in and you just start watching videos, and you'll be surprised. You'll catch a little bit from one video, a little bit from the other video, and then you'll be able to put it together, okay, so that you can make it work. But you've got to put
Yeah.
the effort into it to get it done, okay? So that's like going to school. You got to put your time in,
That's right.
for it to happen. So
That's right. That's
you
right.
got to realize that part, Jeff.
Yeah.
It's in this world, you're not going to get somebody to handhold you. The only asset that you got is you got your son there, Aaron,
Yep.
and find
Yeah,
out
he
what he
doesn't know. He
actually
knows less
knows.
than
Yeah.
me.
No,
Sharon, no.
Jeff, we
Yeah.
had everybody here had help when we first
Yeah.
started.
Yeah, that's right.
So,
Right.
Yes, we did.
yeah. So,
But let me
don't
say,
feel
there
bad about
isn't
asking.
anything. There really, though, isn't anything you can't do. That it's all on YouTube. I mean, step
Yeah.
by step,
Right.
step by step. Right? I mean, it's unbelievable. Um, the kind of resource that YouTube really is. Hey, I got to say this before I know we're going to sign off in a minute, but Sly was really digging on that bag that you were showing at the beginning. I came in a little bit later.
The
Yeah.
the Vertex or the Firefighter?
Yeah, it's a
The
good
last
little
one. What was
bag,
the
that
last one you
one.
were showing?
This one?
And the Velcro.
I just
think that was
realized
the
I
other
didn't do a thumbs up on this video. You guys that are sitting out there,
That one
make
or the
sure
other
you,
one?
you hit it with
the
a
other one,
thumbs up.
Sly.
The
I
other
think it was
one.
the other one.
This one.
Yes.
That one. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one.
that
That's these are handmade by a guy in Florida. Actually.
What?
Really?
He's a retired firefighter, and the name of his
Mhm.
company is Recycled Firefighter. And
Recycle
But
firefighter?
see,
it's a one-man operation, and he makes these by hand. He makes every one of them. So, and he offers,
do
like
they ship to Australia?
I don't know, Jeff, if he does or not.
Because the one you showed me, I actually contacted them,
Mhm.
and they said to me, they sent an email back straight away and said, unfortunately, we do not ship to
Ship to
Australia.
Australia,
I
right?
thought, oh, man, you got to
Oh,
be kidding me.
Yeah, I think the postage would be so. I don't think Jake would have a problem shipping it, but I think it would be so expensive, and he'd
okay.
ask you to pay the postage. So I
That's what
think,
a friend of mine said. He goes, if
yeah,
you look at it, maybe the same price in postage. He goes, it wouldn't be
right,
worth getting it.
right.
So,
But yeah,
but
these
it
are
was
these
worth
are.
it.
I think he's on the other side of Florida from you, Peter. I think he's like St. Petersburg, if I remember right. But yeah,
Is
it's
that a
Right.
good? Is that what's the quality
Oh,
like
well, that's a
on that
pretty good
slide?
bag, that one.
ridiculously good.
Really?
Yeah,
Fireproof,
I
isn't
mean,
it?
Wow.
like I
It's
said, this
fireproof.
thing will last longer than I will.
Okay. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
And that's the type of bag you want, too. Quality.
it's
Yep.
this is the 12. I think it's called the 12-hour battalion, and the only difference between the 12 and the 24 is he just added another layer.
Okay.
So
Right.
it's like
Wow.
Okay.
twice as thick. But I just wanted something little, and
Yeah.
it's not a big bag,
Yep.
and
I like the size. I like the size.
I like the size, and it
Yep.
qualifies as a what do they call that, a gray man bag, where it's
What
like
does that mean?
very
Anyway,
indiscreet.
Right.
Oh,
guys,
Right.
I've got
Yeah.
to say goodbye because we've got to take off.
Okay.
All right,
Thank you
Jeff.
for having me on
Thank you,
again.
Jeff.
And everyone have a safe week and stay awesome, eh?
All right.
Stay awesome, Jeff.
Have a good
See
one,
you
Stay
next
Jeff.
awesome,
week.
brother.
All right.
You
Good
too.
night.
Bye.
Bye.
Good night,
Good
Jeff.
night.
Oh, who'd I get rid of?
You got rid of Carlos too.
Where'd he go?
You zapped him somehow.
Yes, I did. I don't know. He needs to come back.
No, he wanted no, he wanted to get off.
Okay. Well, I do have a question for Randy.
Okay.
Do you have? Yeah, there he is. There you are. I don't know what happened to you.
All right.
I think I think that Jeff and I clicked at the same time, and so it went up to the next one.
That was wild right there. Whoa.
Right?
I've done that exact thing. I have done that exact same thing.
Really?
I went to X somebody out.
Yeah.
They jumped out as I was Xing them, and it jumped to the next person.
Next, yeah.
Oh, that's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, Randy, I don't know if you can see that very good.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I
Yeah.
remember that.
I see the
Okay.
mic.
It's a Sony mic. It's
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
upside down. What is it? Oh, it's picking up the reflection of the chat.
Yeah.
So do you have one of those?
No.
Okay. Well, this one's supposed to be brand new, and the guy wants $20 for it, so I'm going to try it.
Okay. Well, what is the model number? What is the model number?
Well, you would ask me that.
Gas
$20.
ECM
Gas
dash.
X.
1 0.
Because you don't have enough mics,
Huh?
Sly. That's why you don't have enough. You don't have enough mics. You need another one.
Well, this is an on-camera mic. ECM dash
yeah,
ALST1.
like you don't have any on-camera mics.
She needs it. Leave the girl alone.
I might have one or two.
Yeah, maybe one or two.
Maybe. Yeah. But I don't know. It looks like it's something that needs to be tried out.
Oh, that's it. I think
So
you like
it's
the.
all-
Yeah, I think
it
Sly.
doesn't
I think you
take a
like the
bad-
aesthetics, though. It's a cute little mic, isn't it? It's
It
got a little
is.
cute-
It is.
That's it. I knew it. I knew it. I knew
It
it.
is. It is. I'm.
It looks, actually, it looks like a. You know, it looks like a little hot dog. That's what it looks like.
It kind of does. Back to
It
the little
does,
hot
yeah, I
dogs.
knew it.
I'm having a very internal struggle with the Hollyland. Is it the
Lark?
M2S? The
Oh, the
M-
M2.
Uh-huh.
yeah, the little bitty thing.
Okay.
I mean, I'm immersed pretty much in the DJI system. I have the DJI mics. They work
Yeah,
great.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
so I'm really having an internal struggle because it's on sale right now.
Man, that's
Yes.
a tough one.
Sale and gas, and it just,
Yep.
yeah.
I know,
So,
huh? I know, huh?
It's a struggle.
It is, man. I get it. The struggle.
It's a struggle.
Especially when they
suffering.
look like little hot dogs. Then forget it. It's like you're gonna get it.
It's
That's the way it is.
it's a cute little microphone.
is.
I actually tried the little Sennheiser that looked very similar
Uh-huh.
to that,
I remember you got that.
and I did not like it.
You didn't like it.
No. So that was
Yeah.
one I think that Charles had recommended, and maybe it did sound good with his voice. It did not sound good with
It did?
mine.
Okay.
So, but yeah, I have tried several. I've never tried a Sony mic,
Okay.
Uh-huh.
so that's my justification.
There you go.
We all have to justify internally,
That's
right?
right. We all have to justify. That's
Yes.
right. Or rationalize or something like that. Yes.
And I've
That's
never
what
had a Sony mic, so for $20
There you go.
bucks, it's a good.
I mean, $20. Come on.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
Right.
I mean, I looked it up and it was like a $300 mic. So
Oh my gosh. Okay. Where can I
Yeah.
get that? Where's that? Where is
That's
it?
why I thought it
it's
was-
it's on Facebook Marketplace.
I
There
want
you
one
go.
too.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So which
Sly, what's the price point on that bag?
Carlos, I don't even remember. I've had it so long.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I didn't know that because we've had it for a while already. Okay.
I have had it for quite a while. It's been riding around in my truck.
Mm,
Let me see if
mean,
I can
from-
get some of this stuff.
I know
on
it's a little
here.
different on camera, but it looked like brand new.
It does, and that's been riding
does?
around in the back of my truck. It still
Yeah.
looks brand new.
Right.
Is Randy frozen?
No,
No.
He
just-
moved. He moved.
No,
Okay.
I'm listening in disbelief.
You got to move around,
Okay,
Randy.
sorry.
You got to move around just to make
Okay.
sure we know.
No,
everything's
I'm
okay.
sorry. I thought he was frozen.
Let's see. Let's see if I can figure out how
Yeah.
to do this.
Yeah, that's a pretty awesome bag.
There we go. $159. Yeah,
Oh
that's
man,
good.
yeah, that's a nice bag.
yeah.
That is a nice bag.
It's I think if you go
Okay.
to their website, they have a bunch of different pictures and what have you. How do I get back to
Okay.
you?
Okay.
There we go.
I'm gonna check that out. I'm
But
gonna check that out.
I don't know if you're a pickup truck driver, but typically when you carry things in your truck, they get pretty torn up pretty quick.
Right.
That's the bag. I have one of those too. Um,
Yeah, I got two of them, and they're great.
and I took the insert out,
Okay.
and so I just made it a regular backpack, and I really like it. Um,
Mhm.
it's a little too heavy.
Here-
Heavy maybe is I don't know
Hmm.
if that's the word. Um,
Yeah.
I
then
was going to say the only difference between yours and Randy's is full.
There
yes,
you go. Oh my gosh.
As soon
well
as I saw, as soon as I saw him carrying it, I knew it was a full bag.
yes,
You got a couple of lenses in there. Just a couple lenses.
yeah.
That's all.
Well, I
You
mean,
know.
I have streamlined my take with gear down so much that everything fits my camera and everything fits in a little wandered pouch that's not very
Oh,
big at
I
all.
didn't know you had that in there, Randy. Oh yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Camera, lenses,
Randy's carrying, man. He's carrying.
I think
and
well,
batteries. Yeah.
he got two bags for two different cameras. And then didn't you just get a bag today or yesterday for the Minolta?
Yeah. It's just a small Sony camera bag for $20.
Okay.
It'll get bigger.
Small, it's
That's right.
unreal.
That's right.
You can't add lenses to the Minolta, so maybe not.
It's a
Randy will
good
figure
point.
out a way. He'll figure.
All right.
I think Randy will figure out a way. I think so.
Well,
Well,
but
that's cool. That's a good bag. I'm gonna have to check that out. Thanks for that,
yeah.
Sly. That's
Yeah,
awesome.
that's I think I did a review on that one like 2 or 3 years ago
Oh, okay. Okay.
when I first got it.
Ah.
But yeah, it has it when you put things in a truck and they
Yeah.
ride around and they bump around, they get scuffed up and scratched up and you know. And so they don't look
Right.
new very long, even though
Yeah.
something
That's
may
true.
be brand spanking new, like my battery
Mm-hmm.
cables, battery jumper cables. They're
Yep.
brand new. I've never used them, and they look like they're 10 years old, right? From right around the truck. But this thing doesn't have a scuff. I don't know if you can
Yeah. It looks
see.
awesome. It looks so
I mean,
clean.
yeah, it doesn't have a scratch or a scuff anywhere on it, and it's. I think that's just fuzz.
That's amazing. That's
But it
amazing.
has been sitting
Yeah.
in my truck for probably 2 years at least. I don't really
Wow.
know how long
Okay.
I've had it, and I keep tools in here, so I keep pretty
Ah.
heavy stuff in here, which
Okay.
should make it wear faster, because But yeah, it's just
Mm.
it's an amazing. It matches the color of my truck, so
Oh, okay. Okay.
it's a girl thing.
Yeah, like the little Sony mic. That's right.
It's a girl thing. Yeah, yeah. The Sony mic is a gas thing, but
That's right. That's
but
right.
having to match the color.
Yep.
And so when I
Yep.
got that, and you don't know how big they are when you order them online.
Yeah.
And when I got that, it was the perfect size for a truck bag. And so it carries like it has some tools in it. It has doesn't have the jumper cables in it. They're in a separate thing. But
Mm.
pretty much, if I get a flat tire, it's got a flashlight in there. Again, just odd and end tools that you might need if you get stranded. Which my truck has never stranded me, but
No. Do you have a compressor? Do you ever air down or anything like that?
actually I do.
Yeah.
And it was funny because I think Scott made a comment about a woman being single and all your tires are exactly 32 pounds. Yeah. Well, I'm that person.
Are you really? Is that right?
I run 35 pounds and I do air
Wow.
down and air up when the seasons change because in Oklahoma,
Yeah.
when it gets really, really cold, 35 pounds becomes 28 pounds. And
Okay.
so I
Yeah.
air up. And then in the summer,
Right. Right.
that
Yeah,
35
because
pounds,
with the cold weather, things expand, right?
no, they contract.
Oh,
They
they
can, yeah,
contract. So it gets
yeah.
okay.
Yes. And then when it gets hot, that 35 pounds becomes 43 pounds. So I air down.
Hmm.
So yeah, I'm that person. Rotate my tires
Yeah,
every, 5,000 miles. Yeah.
So
yeah. I mean, the only reason I have
one
one
of
of
the
those is
things
just is is
one of the
is when
things
I'm
that
off
has
roading,
gone,
and I've got to air down right whenever I start, I get off
yeah,
into some
you
kind of
get better
crazy
grip.
terrain.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that if you really need it, and it also just really makes the ride a lot better, right? When
Smoother.
you're
Right.
yeah,
Now,
much better. But then you're right, Peter. If you really need to, if you're in the mud, you got to air down, right? So you
yeah.
don't get stuck. You've
get
got
better
better
grip.
grip.
But if you
Hmm.
if you air up to about 38 to 40 pounds, you'll get better gas mileage.
Well, that's true for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but what does the car say? Does it say 36 or?
I think it's 35. I always try to keep
Yeah.
it at
All
35,
right.
but
So they spent millions of dollars to figure out what's the best ratio for the car.
Hmm.
And, they say you leave the back tires up higher, the front tires lower, so you get better gas mileage. So you can leave it like at 35 in the front and maybe 38 in the back. But if you remember, in the summer, your tires inflate automatically.
Hmm.
yep.
So today, just driving around 90 degrees, it went from 36 to 37. And
Hmm.
one
It
day it was real hot, it went to 39.
Yeah, I'm surprised. See, we're having 30 to 40 degree fluctuations a day.
Okay.
And so it may be 90 degrees during the day and then it'll drop down to 50 or 60 at
Yeah.
night, you know. So it's a hard time of year. The spring and the fall is just squirrely in Oklahoma. Now, I think California is probably a little better as far as what do you have, like a 10 or 20 degree difference?
Yeah, I mean, when it gets really cold, I will my lights will go on, and I'll have to air up a little bit, but
Right.
that's just like every 4 or 5 years we get a little bit of a cold snap, but generally, you know, nothing. I mean, we don't get much, right? We don't get much. But when I'm out, I'll air down to like as low as 8 to 15 when I
Oh,
go
wow.
out.
Okay.
So
That's really low.
and yeah,
Are you
and
tentative to the sounds that come from the car when you're driving? So you'll hear an unusual sound or something. Do you pay
Yeah.
attention or not? Not really.
yeah, yeah,
You would.
think so.
The reason that I
But
bring that up is
uh,
because this might not be new to you guys, but it's new to me.
uh,
Uh, for security purposes, they try to get you out of your car.
Right.
So if you're parked somewhere, they'll put like an empty water bottle right under your tire.
oh, I see. I've
So
read about that, Peter. Yeah, I've read about
yeah,
that.
I just read about it. I can't believe where my
Yeah,
head has been in the sand somewhere.
right,
So
right,
you'll
right.
hear the bottle go crunch, and you'll go like, "Oh crap!" And of
Yeah,
course, you're going to get out right away to see what it is. And you need to do the opposite. Don't get out of the car. Don't go check what it is.
it's
And I
crazy.
meant to
Just keep
tell that
driving.
to my family on Easter, and I forgot. So because we got a young, not she's not too young, but she's a girl, and she's our young girl. So
Mhm, mhm.
you hear a sound like that, and you're going to go find out what the heck was that noise because you don't recognize it.
Yeah,
So
yeah. It's not good. That isn't good. That's bad. I mean, do you guys have? I'm curious if you have this there. Do you have the kind of crazy flash mobs over there of, um, kids on bicycles or on motorcycles? Do you get that kind of crazy stuff going on where
what
It's
you
do they
guys are?
do?
it's more of a they attack the malls and then stores, like retail stores.
Okay,
So
yeah, we
yeah,
get that too, but what
yeah,
we also get is, and I think we shared that with you, Sly. So sorry about that. I think that originated here. Um, but what we do is, because California is so lawless. I mean,
hmm
Yeah.
we, I mean, my wife and I have been caught up in this a couple of times. I was caught up in it just the other day again. Is just if you're, no matter where you are, this could pop up where there's a flash mob of a couple hundred kids on their bicycles,
right.
and they come in and they just stop everything. They stop all the traffic. They ride them in and out of cars. They wheelie around in the in the intersection, and we can't do anything. It's just like it's really scary because if you do anything,
Get run
they're gonna
over.
confront you.
Right.
Yeah, they're gonna come over to you and they're gonna start, they're gonna break your window. They're gonna tear your mirrors off. I mean, it's crazy. Everybody is just sitting here just going, and there's nothing they do about this. There's absolutely nothing they do about it.
Right.
In
The
Miami,
motorcycle the other day,
if there's 5 cars, there's 10 guns, and I'm not joking. And this
it's
I'm
crazy.
not saying this to make you laugh, okay? But the Latins down here are very, very heavily armed. So here's a good question: if somebody is hitting my car or something, that should be an easy answer. But if they are trying to bust the window, I don't know about shooting or not. I'm not going to get
Yeah,
dragged out of my
yeah.
car and get beaten up.
Right, right,
Okay.
right.
I think
So-
in Florida, carry state, I think they
I'm
are.
not talking about the laws. It is a carry state and all that.
Yeah.
Right.
But the real question is here: do I want to shoot somebody?
I know,
And
because
the answer is no. Especially with Carlos is talking about a kid.
Yeah, but,
Yep.
But
he's also
these
talking
kids-
about a kid, and if you start waving a gun in front of their face, they're probably going to back
it
down.
Yeah, but the gun won't come out. So you take gun training, and I did. The gun is your last resort.
Right.
It's not something you wave around.
Right.
My God, if one of those kids have a gun, you become the target.
Right.
Yep.
So, but I guess unless you're in that situation, you don't know what you're going to do. But if I have someone in the car with me, and let's say it's someone younger and I need to protect them, in that case, I would say I'm more likely to shoot. Okay, to protect the
Yeah.
person, but to protect
Yeah.
myself, how far would I allow myself to get damaged? Okay, but then we don't have what you just said, Carlos, because we
It's
are
absolutely
carriers.
terrifying. It's absolutely
a carry
terrifying, and it
state.
happens all over California, especially here in Southern California.
Yeah, it doesn't happen
It's
here.
just it feels like what's remember the old Mad Max movies? It kind of
Right.
feels like that. It's terrifying because everybody's kind of crippled. Everybody, you can tell everybody's terrified. Everybody's sitting in their cars, and we can't move. We can't do anything out of fear of what might happen. And they're just the police officers. I mean, you'll see them, but they won't engage. They won't do
Right.
anything. It's crazy, you guys. And I didn't know if that was something that was all over the country.
I
or if
could
that's
speak
something
for
that's happening
Miami.
here.
I have not heard
Wow.
anything like that happening, but I do know that I would give anything that I do 2 thoughts, because like I said, and it's not a joke, for every car there's 2 guns. Okay.
Right.
And I don't know how crazy the other person is that has the
Right.
gun. I'm worried about me, but the other person could be a real jack A.
Right.
So I don't want to get shot by some road rage type person.
Right.
So I don't know if
Yeah,
this
I'm
is
surprised
happening
that
in
hasn't happened yet,
Oklahoma
honestly.
or
Surprised.
in Texas,
Yeah.
if that's going on. But California's got some serious problems. It's,
Holy cow.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
an understatement. That is an absolute understatement. I mean,
And
the
what's
issues we have-
fascinating to me is they have serious problems. It's an understatement. We just said that, right? Yet these people keep getting voted in as if
that
Yeah.
we keep
these
voting
these
them in.
other
This-
people
this-
are not recognizing that there's a
Yep.
problem. You got to change. What's the definition of insanity? Something about doing the same thing,
Same thing
over and over.
and expecting
Yeah.
different results. Yes.
Yeah, thank you. That's what I was
It's
trying
crazy.
to think of.
I mean, we have
You know,
our crime and homelessness here in this state is ridiculous, and the people that are making money, unfortunately, off of those issues, it's really clear. I mean, I live here in Los Angeles. We have a very, very large population of homeless people here in Los Angeles, and
are they
it has
violent
never-
or are they just
it
homeless?
has never. No, they're just homeless. They're not violent, but it has
Okay.
been like that forever. And there has been billions and billions of dollars that have been thrown at this issue. and it has not solved anything. It's just,
Right.
and that's because what you see when you go into these homeless areas, massive encampments in homeless areas, is you see nonprofits who are serving the homeless communities.
Right.
You have shelters that are serving these communities, and these shelters have CEOs and CFOs and employees, and they're all funded by the federal government. So, if homelessness goes, guess who else goes?
Right.
And if I've got a cush job, running a nonprofit serving the homeless population, I don't want to go out of business.
Right.
Right. And so you just see
Oh,
there's
I
a
see
lot
what you're
of corruption
saying.
here.
Yeah.
A lot of corruption here when it
Yeah.
comes to homelessness. I don't somebody's gonna have to come in here and just absolutely turn this place upside down in order to change it. And
That's
I
why
don't know if
I'm
that's
supporting Trump so strongly. I don't understand everything that's going on. Okay? But he's doing something, in my opinion, number one, very different. Okay? And number two, he's got the guts. He's doing it when nobody else did. So I'm just going to surrender and give the man some space. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, guess what? He's going to get swatted out.
That's right. That's right. That's right.
So
But, I
while
think it's
he's
funny because I think he's just doing what a Democrat was doing 30 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago.
Yeah.
That's all.
John
He's not
Kennedy today, John F. Kennedy would be a Republican. He would not
That's
be
right.
one of these.
Totally. That's
one of
totally
these guys.
right. I mean,
One of these guys that they call themselves Democrats. They have
Yeah,
hijacked
it's
that
just-
party. That party used to be a
Yeah.
really good party. I'm a registered
Yeah.
Democrat. There's no way in hell I'm voting for a Democrat. Okay. I'm not
Well-
going to vote for the party. I'm going to vote for the platform. What do you stand for?
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Now, this guy, we elected him. He's arrogant. He's gruff, but he's dealing
We
with
don't
all
talk
these
politics,
countries.
do we, Peter?
That's what I was just going to say that. I was going to just say
Yeah,
that.
thank
I know.
you.
For
Thank
Sly.
you.
For Sly. Hey,
So,
I'm going to be going out. Who's all in Oklahoma? Sly, you're in Oklahoma, right?
right.
Me, I'm in Oklahoma.
Randy,
he's not.
are you in Oklahoma, Randy?
No, he's in Texas.
He's in Texas. Okay. So my buddy lives right outside of Edmond. Are you real far from there?
About 2 hours.
Oh, you're a couple hours. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm going
Are
to be.
you coming to Edmond?
Yeah, he's right outside. He's probably like 30 minutes outside of there. I'm not sure where, but that's what he's told me. So, and we're probably going to be. I'm going to probably going out there in a few months. I'll give you a heads up though, Sly. Maybe if
Yeah.
it's on the way, because I am going to be driving in.
Okay.
Are you looking for a house? I know where there's a house for sale out there in Oklahoma.
I'm going to be just kind of doing a little camping
Research?
on the way. A
Oh,
little
camping.
camping on the way, and just a long.
Got to get you out of California. You're just getting.
We got to get out of here, man. I'm just.
Well, Edmond is a very prestigious part of Oklahoma City.
Is it?
Yeah, you have like Oklahoma City has all these suburbs, like
Okay.
all the way around it,
like
and
Miami. There's
so-
1,000 towns around here.
Midwest
Okay.
City is like blue collar, and Edmond is like white collar.
Okay.
So, and then they've got a bunch that are kind of in between, but more Edmond. I mean, Edmond's a really nice community. So
Okay.
yeah, but
Well, this guy is he's a mentor of mine. He moved actually from here about 20 years ago, and
so he's smarter than you.
yes, very smart,
Okay.
much smarter than me, and he was also very, very
Ding!
successful. He had a successful
That's one
business
for
when he
Sly.
was here.
Right.
And so he moved there. He was a home builder here, and then he moved to Oklahoma and just started building homes there in Edmond. And so now he's got this really cool little ranch right outside of there, like I said, about 30 minutes outside. And I've been wanting to go there because he brings in a lot of wild animals from Africa, from the times he's gone on safari from Africa. So he's brought in all these wild animals onto his ranch. And he's like, it's like a safari, Carlos. It's kind of like that.
Right.
And I'm so desperate to go see it, to see some of that stuff, because that's his thing. It's just outdoors.
Take your camera.
Oh, that's why I want to go and take a lot of good shots and
So-
camp on that ranch.
Are you going to come across on 40 or 10?
I don't know, Sly. I'm
Okay.
not sure yet.
Okay.
Okay.
They
I'll
both
let
they
you
both
know.
have beautiful.
They do?
I mean, if you're driving,
Yeah.
I would probably go on 10 one way and 40 the other way. I mean, because
Really?
they
Okay.
both are so different, the drives.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay, then I will do that then.
Yeah.
So I can
So
see both,
yeah,
right?
because 10
Take a
you
lot
get
of
the very
shots.
southern, uh, and I can't remember where
Yeah,
they go through
Mexico,
now, but
yeah.
10 goes through New Mexico and
Yeah.
Arizona
Yeah.
and into California, and then 40 goes through Colorado.
Oh,
Um,
okay. Okay.
so it's like the more northern, but I
Yep.
think Randy, don't they both start around
Yeah,
LA, and then they just kind of
Yeah.
go zzz, the
yeah,
further away you get, and then
Gets
Okay.
yeah,
wider, huh?
yeah, it gets wider, and then 40 will take you straight to Oklahoma City, but
yeah.
10 you
So
have
you
to
can
go
still
up.
take I-10, take other ones going through north central Texas, which will take you to Oklahoma City.
Right.
Go through the
Mm.
Panhandle.
How far are
So
you from Edmond, Sly?
About 2 hours.
3 hours or two?
Two.
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 Yeah. Not far. I mean, I was driving over there every weekend to pick up my grandson, so
Oh my gosh.
it's not
Wow.
a real bad drive.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So
So
I do want to
That's
share.
awesome.
I know I'm really destroying this right now. Uh, there's something I wanted to tell you, Carlos, directly because it popped into my head.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Uh,
Let me brace myself. Let me brace myself.
no. This is
No?
good
Okay.
stuff. Okay.
Oh,
So
well.
during the Easter week this past week,
Yeah.
receiving communion, a lot of prayer, etc.,
Yep.
etc.,
Yep.
and two very important game changers that God gave me. Might not be a game changer for anyone, but for me it
Mm.
was. Okay. The first one is I get into a lot of scraps, arguments, like we don't talk politics, like Sply just said, and we wind up talking. Same thing with religion. We don't talk religion, and guess what? We
religion.
wind up talking about. Okay. So, one of the things that people like to hammer me on is the rapture. And they like to give me internet fodder, Google specifically. The rapture is something new from the 18th century, It's not found in the Bible, blah, blah, blah. And finally, I went to the Lord and asked him, and he answered me. And that's not what I want to share. Okay. But I wanted to let you know that God gave me a scripture where Jesus is speaking and he himself, and we can have an argument about that another time. But the other thing that God gave me that was an explosive word right into my brain, and I thought of you immediately, okay, is I want to set it up, but I really don't. I want to see if it's explosive to you or not, okay? But uh, when God says something in the Bible and then he amplifies it, wouldn't you say that's important? It's a a strong thing to say.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's why they have
so
the amplified Bible version. Yeah.
no, not like
Oh,
that. I mean,
okay.
when Jesus uses extra words
Uh-huh.
to tell you how he feels about something, wouldn't you consider that amplified? That's what
Yeah.
I meant,
Yeah, like
not the
he's really
amplified
trying to get
Bible.
through to my thick head.
I've got the
Yeah,
Bible
yeah.
like that, and then I've got the amplified Bible, which is like that. Okay,
Yeah,
so
that's right. That's right.
like,
That's right.
all right. So the scripture is John 16, verse 27.
Oh,
Okay.
is it are we at sermon time or is that what happening
No,
here? Are we here?
I
No?
want to read this one scripture to you.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Okay.
No
And that's
politics and
because
no religion.
this is not religious. This is the word of Jesus.
That's only two
Okay.
rules I have, right? You can talk about
Okay.
farting all you want to, but no politics, no religion, and what does he do?
Okay.
Both of those.
I have to tell this to
I
Carlos. I'm
I
never
do
going to get him on the phone.
I do have an
Okay.
X over
Sly,
here that I can X him out. Yes.
Sly, I'm going to say this.
Yes.
I am going to help you hold a boundary from now on.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
yeah, huh?
Well, we got two
Go ahead,
people
Peter.
here
I want to hear
telling
this.
me they
Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
go ahead. I told what I wanted to say. John 16, 27. Write it
Okay.
down with a paper and a pen.
And
Look it
and
up and
Carlos, he
see if
wants you to be
explodes in your mind or not. There's
exploded.
one word that's in there where Jesus amplifies that God loves you. And he uses
Oh,
a word to
awesome.
amplify it, and it made it explode in my heart. Okay?
Okay. Yep.
So, I
Yep.
mean, I could go on and read the scripture and all that, but then we would be
Okay,
breaking Sly's
how
rules. I
about
would get a
no?
spanking and all that kind of stuff.
There's an X over here. I can just accidentally hit.
I have a bigger X than you.
Well,
I am going to read
Mookie,
that though. Thank you, Peter. I'm going to read that. Thanks.
Okay, now.
Mookie can't join us because he's at work at the newspaper office,
Oh.
but he's listening. He says, "I'm brave enough to take the testing slings and arrows for the rest of us." And Mookie wants to know, Randy, the only question is if Randy's bag is crop sensor full or full frame full.
Full frame.
Full frame full. There
Why
you go.
even ask that question? It just, yeah, Mookie, forget it, man. It's a,
It-
yeah.
No, no,
Yeah.
no. He separates it. If he's got which one is
Oh, you
crop?
do?
Yeah,
Okay,
the
so
full
the
frame,
one,
like the R8's got all full frame
APS-C
cameras.
altogether, and then the same thing with full frame. Okay, I always separate it. So
You
like
do.
with the
Okay.
I have it on
So
my
he
leg.
loaned, he loaned me the R10 and all the lenses that fit on it, all in one bag.
Mhm.
Okay,
Wow.
so that's a
Wow.
crop sensor camera.
Yeah, it is. It is.
So okay, so
He's-
the R8, you got a new R8. I guarantee you, it's
Right.
going to get filled up with full frame lenses. That's how he
Are you going
works.
to do the R50? Are you going to do the R50, Randy?
I did the R50, and I sold them. I sold the
You sold it.
R10,
It's gone.
the R50, and all the APS-C lenses to pay my taxes.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there with
That's
you, Randy.
That's smart. Right
Yeah.
there. Good job.
Are we allowed to talk about taxes, Sly?
Where's that X
No,
button?
I don't want to be talking about those.
I think it's
Nah, I
a
don't
red
wanna-
X button. We talked
Yeah,
about
the
that
X
last
button.
week. It was actually
No.
tax day last week.
The red X
Yeah.
button will not only shut me up, it will get rid of me completely. I'll be gone. You won't
Yeah,
see me.
I know.
But you do have a mute button. I thought
right.
Randy was giving me the finger there for a second.
Yeah, he is giving you the finger, the big cannon finger.
The
That's right.
cannon finger.
So that's the 24 to 240 on the Canon R8.
That's it. Wow.
Wow.
That is nice, man.
That's massive.
That's all in one lens. That's all I need on the camera.
What
Yeah.
is
Plus
it,
Yeah,
it
that's
has
all
40?
you need.
digital zoom,
What's the zoom
2x
range?
and 4x. Yeah.
What is
So
the number?
if you want-
40 to 240?
It's 24 to 240,
Oh,
but then you can
24.
do a 2x to it or 4x. And you get over like
Does that look
900.
good, Randy? When you magnify it, does it still look really good?
It does. See,
Wow.
and that's the one thing Canon does better than Sony on the
Okay.
digital zoom. So,
Mm,
I know
and I
that.
did a video on it today.
that's lovely. Oh my gosh, I can do some really good miniature photography with that
And
thing
look,
right there.
a small bag.
Wow.
So extra batteries, battery
That's it.
charger, and
That's
I have
it.
a dummy battery in here also.
What kind of
Mm.
bag is that, Randy?
This is a nomadic,
Okay.
and it's smaller than your bag that you
Mhm.
like.
Right.
Not heavy. It's about 5 pounds.
Yeah.
It's kind of
So
is that kind of a
one
hard
roll-
shell? A little bit of a harder shell.
Yeah, and it's waterproof.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, cool. Cool.
Oh, that
let me
sucker is
see.
waterproof. That's fantastic.
Yeah. Okay, so it's a Luma. It's called the Luma Collection, and it's the Camera Sling 9L.
Oh, okay. It looked about like a 9 liter.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it's about $120. So, but you can get them on sale. So,
Now I had that Wandered 9 liter, and it was just huge. Way too big for anything I have.
Okay.
that's it. I mean, it's smaller than this bad boy right here,
Oh yeah.
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 Woo!
and this is a small bag.
Yeah.
She's
Man,
she's
Yeah.
a big one. She's a big one.
That it is.
that's right.
the brown one is relatively small compared to some of the other camera
Right.
bags I have.
Right.
So imagine the 200 to 800 RF on the R62, which Peter has, and you have the digital zoom. If you go into the camera, on the number one on the camera, on the bottom is the digital zoom. Just put a lens to it, and I put the 50 millimeter on there, and with the 2x it's 100, and then with the 4x it's 200. So
Okay.
it does the same thing with any lens, and it's perfect. I if I would have known that when I was taking the moon shots, that moon
Yeah.
was big.
Right. Did you do
So
some videos on that, Randy?
yes,
On the digital zoom?
yes, I did it
Okay,
today.
you did. I have to check that out, man, because that's pretty amazing. That's pretty awesome. I mean, the quality, though. I mean, that's the key, right? It's
Oh
got to be
yeah.
good quality.
Right.
Okay.
All right,
All
guys.
right,
If I don't
guys.
go to the necessary room, there's going to be a problem in here.
All right.
Well, and
So
go
it's
ahead.
called the Canon EOS R52, the R8, R62 Secret Sauce. That's the last video I put up there,
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
and
Okay.
Oh, cool.
That was number what? That was number 12,800.
I know it's number 3,222.
Okay. See, I wasn't that far off. I wasn't that.
You asked. You did ask. So
That's right.
Hey, Sly, I'm sorry we went so late. I think
Hey, that's
we
all
went
right.
way late.
That's all right. I got to start cooking though.
Well, you
So,
don't.
I think you
Had
guys
a
had a
great
good
time.
time tonight.
Mexican,
Yeah.
the Mexican casserole.
yes,
awesome.
yes,
Enjoy that. Oh
yeah.
my gosh.
I'm gonna enjoy the company more.
Are you?
Yeah.
gonna
I don't really
record
care
any
what
of it?
we eat, huh?
Yeah.
Are you going to record any of it, or you're not? Putting the
Record?
casserole together?
No.
Putting the casserole. No.
No, I don't have a kitchen channel.
You could borrow mine. Golly gee whiz, Batman.
I'm just
Hi,
saying.
I'm Sly, and I just took over Peter's kitchen channel.
I know someone that has a kitchen channel, but he hasn't put anything up in quite a while.
That's what I said. That's what I said. I'm telling you.
That's
I-
that's
Good night, guys.
That's-
It's great. I'm taking my earbuds out.
yeah.
I'm turning the mic off. Oh,
Yeah, you
how
can
about
put
if I
those
do
earbuds
this?
somewhere
Works
else
every
now. You can
time.
put those earbuds
I'm
somewhere
gonna
else.
read
How's
a
that?
scripture.
Yeah.
I'm gonna read a scripture.
So
That should
I
get rid of me real quick.
I don't have a camera overhead for over my stove and
That's right.
over my countertop and
Uh-huh.
So
That's just sitting there. Yeah, they're
that's
right.
just sitting there,
That's right.
So yeah, but there are people that do, and they and
You might know somebody. You
I
know?
so
Yeah.
Well, when Sly or Randy or Carlos comes and visits me, we will cook something together.
All right.
So,
Okay, well,
no, I'm ramping back up. What really happened? The truth of the fact is, I have lost 100+% of the passion for anything YouTube. So you haven't
Okay.
seen anything since Christmas. And rather than fight it and getting myself into a mess, I just took a vacation. Okay. And now I'm feeling like, oh, I have things to share again, and I might want to start doing that. All right.
you need
So
to
I'm
watch
not giving you-
Carlos's videos.
Yes, I watch Carlos's
he will
videos
get
on my
you-
knees,
He'll
praying.
get you
to the Lord.
motivated.
There's something about this, you guys, getting on YouTube and doing. I just think, like Peter, what you're saying. I think there's so much more. I think going on behind the scenes with what we get from what we produce. And
Yeah.
I just, oh man, I just saw a kid the other day who got one of my subscribers. He had a video, that first video that went viral, like 160 or 180,000 views, and he was, and you know what the video was? I'm quitting YouTube. That was the video. Right?
Yeah,
I'm quitting
you got
YouTube.
those.
I can't do this anymore. and
Either
all
I'm
that. And he
quitting
was-
or I'm back. I'm quitting
Yes,
or I'm back.
and here's the
Those
thing.
two.
Here's the thing. I believe that he was legit just quitting. I think he was legit saying, I'm done with this. And that got a lot of views. Now, what happened was, and this is the thing I see that's this is not good. He got so pumped up by that, and he did it. He did a
Uh-oh.
thank you. He did a thank you video next, right? Of course, the thank you video because he got over 1,000 subscribers with that video and all that stuff. But here's the thing: now he's in like quick fix mode. He's in this mode where now he thinks that's going to
It's got
continue
to
to
come
happen.
from the
Continue to
heart.
happen. And
It's got to
and
come
you
from
guys
the
know as
heart.
well as I do that's not going to continue to happen.
Right.
No, you got
So
to
the
want
key
to
is
share.
the key
You
is
got
to
to
start.
want to say something.
I think the key is just get comfortable and find a find a reason to continue to produce. And it can't be because you just got a bunch of subscribers. It's
Right.
got to be. There's got to be a greater purpose, right, behind putting something together. And,
Yes.
and so you can kind of
And
see where
you
he's headed.
three right now are my best inspiration. Randy
Mm,
makes videos, and I don't mean to cuss, but he doesn't give a shit what happens.
that's
He's
right.
gonna
That's
make a
right.
video because he
Yep.
wants to. He
Yep.
doesn't
Well,
care if anything happens.
and
He's
his
Yep.
he's gonna make
his
a video because he decided I'm gonna make a video.
well,
End
and
of
his
story.
channel is growing,
And
but
it
it
is growing.
it
Yes.
is growing, and those people will stay with him.
Hmm.
Right.
When you have an explosion,
Like
now,
Carlos.
well, not in every case, because Carlos tried several different venues,
Yeah.
and then he just found one that stuck,
Yeah.
right?
No,
So
it
Right.
clicked. It clicks.
so
Yeah.
it doesn't happen in every case, but a lot you see so many where their videos do go viral and they get like tons of subscribers overnight,
Uh-huh.
and they just don't have any staying power,
They
Yeah.
don't. You're
Right.
right,
you know.
Sly. They
So
don't.
it's I just my personal thing. I think it's better to grow at a slower rate
I do too. I do
because
too.
those people will stay with you.
Yeah. That's right.
So
I mean, I love to see, like in a video, I like to see a few people. It doesn't make me nervous when a few people drop off because I'm like, excellent, because you probably jumped on, for the wrong reasons. And I want people who are really getting a lot out of what I'm
right,
putting together.
right,
Right. I mean, you really want the community. And so now that I've been putting out newsletters, I started putting out newsletters, recently, a newsletter every month, and getting those emails back, because those are the people who sign up. It's not only the people who watch your video and
right.
subscribe, it's the people that go from your video to your website, and sign up there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so I've got a couple of hundred people there, but those are legit, man. And then here's the
Right.
thing, I think, you guys, that we need to do more: promote your website. If promote your website on your YouTube video, right?
Right.
A giveaway. And I think maybe we've all done some of this, but I recently did that where I'm like, look, with this video, go download this worksheet. And you can only get that
Correct.
worksheet at my website. I'm not going to put the link in the description. You got to go
Right.
to the website to get it.
Right. Right.
And so that is like, wow, you're really working on creating a real serious, hardcore subscribers, like you said, Sly. Right?
Right.
I agree. Growing slowly,
good
not
base.
success
Yeah.
overnight.
Like I'll get on the phone with Sly or I get on the phone with Randy.
Yeah.
We don't talk YouTube no more. I don't want to talk about YouTube. We talk about cutting the grass. We
Okay.
talk about the car and
Okay.
what he's getting taken for a ride with the repair bill. Okay. And with Sly, we talk about the grandchild and the house and stuff like that, because the passion for me personally is not there. So either I can moan and groan, kick and cry, or take a rest and see what happens. Okay. They
Mhm.
call it being burned out or something, but that's not true for me. I'm not burned out. Okay. I can make videos just like that, but there's no passion right now for it.
Right.
Now to
Gotta
help
respect it.
somebody,
Yeah.
to help somebody is a different story. I will step in with both feet to help somebody
Mhm.
immediately. Okay, that's a different story. Okay.
Mhm.
So until that passion comes back or God directs me in a different direction, the Bible does command us to rest in the Lord. Okay.
Mhm.
When we get up to
Yep.
work, he sits down to rest. Okay. When we rest, he will get up and work on our behalf. So
can't
I
help
have to
himself.
choose to. That's part of who I am. What can I tell you? You're gonna get it. You are gonna
Sly's,
get it.
Sly's kind of on fire tonight, man. I think Sly's on fire tonight.
Okay, well, I'm gonna shut this down now because I
Okay.
do have to go cook. So
Yeah.
Get it,
And I
get
have
it
to
in the
go
fridge.
pee.
Thank you guys so much for coming in. It really
Yes.
it means a huge amount. I think this is Randy. Is this your first time to come in on mine?
No, I've been here before.
Okay,
She was here
okay.
before. Yeah.
You and me. Yeah.
And he's been on
Oh, it
mine
was
too.
just you and me, wasn't it? Yeah. Well, I know he's been on everybody's.
Well, yeah.
Now, you
I think
probably
he's
already know this, but Sly, if you sign out and the rest of us stay on,
yeah.
the connections stay put
Oh,
Oh, well, I think you.
now, but it
Okay.
won't be broadcasted.
Oh, gotcha.
so do
Okay.
you want to exit us out then? Is that what you're going to do, Sly? Exit us out?
Well, I am. I gotta go start cooking. It's
Oh,
almost
okay.
midnight, so yeah.
So you have to hit end stream, right, to quit it every. Is that what you got to do?
Yeah. So what you do, Sly, is make yourself big, okay, on your box. We'll keep quiet. You end your stream, and then we could talk again and say goodnight to each other.
Oh, make myself big.
Make yourself big. The rest of us have
Okay.
to keep quiet.
All right, guys. Thank
I
you
don't know if
so
Peter will be
much.
quiet, but I'll be quiet. I just don't-
They just can't help themselves. Thank you guys so much for joining us, and we will do this again next Tuesday. Everybody have a great week, and I will see you next week.
See you, everybody.